Hi, and welcome to the podcast, everyone.
Start after you stop ripping on me.
We won't rip it on you. We love you, idiot. Welcome to the podcast. Last week, I wasn't here. Week before that, Owen was ill. But fortunately...
I was badly ill. I've been ill for like 2 and a bit weeks.
Have you recovered?
I've still got a slight cold, but apart from that, I'm nearly 100% healthy.
Well done.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
My body has fought off the infection. I had coronavirus.
You did.
Yep.
Well, let's not joke.
Because there are real pictures they were in the UK. She didn't know.
There are real people with that virus who are...
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
It's not that bad a virus.
Oh, Jonathan, it's a terrible virus that's killed hundreds of people in China.
But so is the flu.
And it's currently uncurable at the moment.
That's the problem.
What coronavirus does, it weakens your body, which then means that other diseases, illnesses, then,
Lovely way of starting.
Yeah, we may have...
Anyway, Owen did not have the coronavirus, but he was very ill. But
I had Heineken virus.
I was very stupid.
Oh no.
Because the episode that we recorded like 3 weeks ago, whenever, I didn't upload on that week. But then that turned out to be a good thing, because then I uploaded it on the week that Owen was ill. So there's actually, for the viewers, the one viewer, and I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get to that in a minute. There was like only a week's gap, so we're doing all right.
Okay.
For professionalism reasons, we're doing all right. But
just a sneak peek into the inner workings of this majestic podcast.
Would you like to know some horrifyingly sad news?
Oh.
Our Christmas special, which was 3 hours long, got 1 view.
Yeah, no shit. 3 hours long.
Yeah.
No, but
that's not sad. That's expected.
No, but people have dropped off. We used to get, I think the first video that we uploaded got 8, I think, which is pretty good for the very first one. And as it's supposed to build more because people enjoy it, we gradually lost. Yeah.
Well, also this is like...
I follow you on Twitter, by the way, and I can see there's only 2 posts on there.
Yeah.
So thanks for that. You haven't even put an episode on our Twitter.
Yeah.
You don't advertise the episode.
You're the worst PR agent we've ever hired.
Is that my job?
Yes. You agreed to do the Twitter.
I agreed to do the Twitter.
You had 2 jobs.
No, I didn't post one of the episodes.
No, you didn't. It's literally just your Pokemon memes
swear
on
to
there.
God I
it's
did.
just your Pokemon
Do I
memes.
have it on...
Anyway.
So our podcast is turning from a podcast to Pokemon meme page.
Yeah. we just post Pokemon memes there. That's where the money is, right? Pokemon memes.
Wait, what was the second one?
I don't know. I think it's something to do with Charizard.
Oh, yeah, I only did that so I could set it as my header on my actual account.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, so...
I'm not hiring you for PR again.
To be fair, I've been just as bad because I've not been uploading them on YouTube.
Yeah, you've not really been even uploading the actual episodes.
I'm sorry, I have. I have been uploading them. I've been uploading them late.
I was there.
But I haven't been uploading them on YouTube. There's only the first 5, and this is episode 10, I think, something like that. So...
Hold down.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be
technically
more.
This
we've been doing this
technically
for
this is
years
episode
now.
11, but one of the episodes we didn't
point
upload.
out, technically this is the second decade that we've been doing this podcast.
I know.
Yeah,
we've been doing it a long time.
Like
we've got staying power.
We are. I mean, we've only got 1 viewer still.
Technically, if you count the years that we were planning on doing a podcast, we've been doing this for like 5 years.
Oh yeah,
so...
we're veterans of this.
We are, yeah. Not 5 years because we haven't known each other that long. 4 years, because. We met.
I don't think we planned it until second year though.
No, I don't think we did. I think it was around the time we started doing the above Church of Tom.
Oh yeah,
remember that?
Wait, wasn't that?
You're weird.
The thing with the onions.
Yeah.
Someone in our garden.
No, just a squirrel.
Oh.
So I guess.
Fascinating. Fascinating, Owen. Anyway, welcome back to the podcast. That was a 4-minute introduction to talk about nothing.
With it now.
So we've got some news, and then we're going to talk. Did we talk about the Oscars first or the news first?
Let's do news.
You can do whatever you want, my dear.
You know what? I am the host. So I didn't say it. I'm Tom, your host, and I'm joined with co-hosts Jonathan and Owen. I always say that at the beginning, and I've messed up. This is how long it's been since we last did it.
Oh, I stop the podcast. We're doing it all over.
Right, reset.
Okay.
Lights, cameras.
No, don't actually, please.
No, we're not doing that. Don't worry. So I've been collecting news over the past couple of weeks, and I thought I had loads, and then I looked at it and I realised I just have lots of news about Sheffield for my course, and not actually that much news about. So I can give you Sheffield.
What's going on
news.
in Sheffield? Yeah.
The government are giving a £2.5 million like investment thing for active travel for like walking and bike paths and shit.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, very cool.
I do a lot of walking.
Also, this student at Sheffield University was forced to go to counselling because he made some aggressive remarks about the strikes on Twitter, and the teachers believed there was a concern there. So there you go. There's been some other stuff. How about the ban on menthol cigarettes? Am I right?
No.
There's a ban on menthol cigarettes?
It's coming into place in May, yeah.
Like all of them? Right, just...
All menthol cigarettes.
They're just going.
Whoosh.
What's bad about... I don't know anything
It's
about
cheaper,
cigarettes.
so it's easier for younger people to pay for and get into cigarettes. So they're getting rid of it for that reason. Yeah, and it's going to be illegal to produce or sell them in the UK.
As a non-smoker,
No, you smoke 20 a day, don't you?
25 a day.
Oh, 25, yeah, sorry, yeah. But that's basically a non-smoker.
No, non-smoker and menthol.
Yeah.
It's 23 a day, and you don't count as a smoker if you say keep it under 1 an hour. That's the rule.
There you go, yeah, that is a rule.
And anyway, it's not cigarettes, it's Cuban cigars.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
I should know this by now. I have
And
some
But it's
class.
still 23 a day, so...
Yeah, it's still 23 a day. I have some class.
And you smoke a pipe as well. I've seen you smoke a pipe.
Yeah, well, that doesn't count.
No, that doesn't count because it's a pipe. It's
Yeah,
not cigarettes.
there's no
it's not really
count.
smoking if it's a pipe.
It's just
No, it's not a pipe, it's actually a bong, and it's not tobacco.
Very true. Anyway, news.
I'm just
As
like
a non-smoker,
Harry
yeah,
Potter, I'm
sure.
having some gillyweed.
Very true. Gillyweed, which helps you
Yes,
swim.
I should point out to our listener, we did have about 20 minutes of really good discussion
About Harry Potter.
that we just didn't record before this.
No, which
No,
we've done in the past, and then we do the actual episode, and it's crap.
We
And then
we should do a Harry Potter one for next Fantastic Beasts comes out.
Yeah, if it ever comes out.
I'm just thinking of possible topics, because...
Well, what I'm thinking is, so my course finishes in April, and then I've got a dissertation to do, which is in for August. So I'm going home once I'm done, because I cannot afford to keep living here. It's too expensive to live without my mum paying for food. I'm not even kidding, I literally don't have money. So I'm going to have to move home. So I don't know how we're going to do the podcast, if we're going to do the podcast.
Have you ever heard of a little program called Discord?
We could do it over Discord is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that might work. And we can still try and do it once a week if we can manage.
Yeah.
Because it's fun and I really enjoy doing it. I don't see why we should
at
stop.
worst, this is just talking about shit. For
Yeah.
3 hours.
Exactly. And one day...
It's when we started this, I did not think we could talk this much about random shit.
Well, I
It's really impressive.
thought we should do it because we always have these really long discussions.
Yeah.
We used to just sit down and talk for hours on end. And then one day I was just like, we could just record this. We could record it and
It's
let other
wild
people...
that basically we realised that we can just communicate like normal friends, and then we went, well, this needs to be spread.
Everyone needs to hear our thoughts.
Can we profit from our ability to communicate?
The answer to that is no, because we're not
Yeah,
making any
clearly.
money. But one day, you know what they say, the more you do it...
The better you are it.
Huh?
What
did you say? The more you do it, the more you are it.
The better you are at
Oh, I thought you said the more you are it, like we are a podcast now.
We are a
This is just
podcast.
us, we're always recording.
Right.
No, the more you do it, the more famous you're gonna get. I don't know who says that. YouTubers say that, don't
Is
they?
that about everything?
Yeah, no, YouTubers
Practice
say that,
makes
don't
perfect.
they? Yeah, practice makes perfect. But also they say like, you just gotta keep making content.
Yeah.
So maybe if we just keep releasing videos or episodes or
Yeah,
whatever,
and I'll get the Twitter actually doing something.
we'll get to episode 100 and then somebody will come across it and they'll be like, how is there
Here's the
100
thing.
episodes of a podcast with no views? This is incredible.
It's all exponential. That's the thing. Like you just get one person, and for a year you've got one person.
Katie.
But then you get 2. Then
Katie's
you get
friends.
4. Then
Katie's
you get
friends'
8.
friends.
Then you
Katie's
get
friends'
16.
friends'
Then you get 32.
And then we
then
have this
64,
huge inbred
and the next
community.
thing you know, by the time we're about 87, we've got like 1,000 listeners.
Yeah.
And they're all just clones of Katie.
It's just Katie watching it 1,000 times.
You know how shells do my toast?
No, Katie said just set up a program that shows
Katie's more like 1,000 Russian bots.
She feels that bad that we don't get any views that she learns how to code. Code's a program that can watch it 1,000 times.
Katie is
on
now an
loop.
expert software engineer because she spent all her time working out how to make
so
our
we can get
podcast
views.
get slightly
Yeah.
more.
But then just as we start getting views, because she's done that, we're like, we'll stop. and then it's all for nothing. Great. Katie, thank you for doing that
Right,
in
that
the
was
future.
tangent and a
Thank
half.
you, future.
Yeah,
Shout out
thank
to future
Thank
Katie.
you, future Katie.
Shout out to all the clones of Katie.
Yeah. So,
News.
news review. That's what he
Oh.
says. That's what PewDiePie does, right?
I don't know. I don't
Meme
watch
review and then
PewDiePie.
I stopped
collapse.
watching
No, me
them years
neither.
ago.
No, I don't watch him either. But that's
I'm
just the
21 years old. I don't watch PewDiePie.
hey. I don't know why I said A because I don't watch him either. I'm not defending him.
Hey!
Yeah, sure. Speaking of which, who do you watch on YouTube? Do you guys watch anyone on YouTube?
Not as much anymore.
I watch YouTube
Oh, I watch
Yeah.
YouTube all the time, but I spend so little time in like my subscribe tab.
Yeah.
It's all just
I'm
whatever.
always on my subscribe tab.
Yeah, I do scroll down it every now and then if I like physically think I want to watch from YouTube, I'll go on and look through my subscribers.
Yeah.
But other times I'm just go on and then just look for the first thing that like pops out to me. And
Yeah.
it's really bad.
I've been
really bad.
Yeah, I have such an addiction to YouTube, and I need to stop.
Do you guys end up just watching random clips
Yeah,
from
I
TV
do.
shows that you could easily just watch entire episodes of, but
Yeah.
instead,
Oh no,
instead you spend like half an hour watching like
Yep.
10 clips
I watch
of
podcasts.
very different.
You watch podcasts?
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Which podcasts do you watch?
No, wait. This is a different
Yeah, no,
segment.
we have a segment for
Yeah,
this. What we do?
You got a segment for this.
No, I just thought I'd ask because we don't really talk about YouTube, and I feel like I'm so immersed in that culture.
Here's
I
the
find it
thing,
amazing when
if-
other people aren't.
I feel like YouTube is a topic worth discussing about because if KSI can get onto Top Gear,
Hang on a minute.
Did he?
yeah, generally.
I mean, it's Top Gear now though.
Yeah, Top Gear's shit. Top Gear's always been shit.
To be fair, the new episodes aren't that bad.
Well,
the
I
first
haven't
couple of
seen it.
seasons of like.
The first one when they had Chris Evans was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, but now Jeremy Clarkson is ruined millionaire.
He's
And
what? Oh, he's ruined. Like he
Yeah.
don't want to be. Yeah.
Because he's the host now.
Yeah.
And it's shit because he's shit. And you know what? They've got this new thing, right? Where you can ask the host.
Yeah.
Do they not have the answers
pod-
literally in front of them though?
No.
But how do they know what the right answer is?
Well, they don't. It's just you have to trust Jeremy Clarkson's intelligence for some reason.
No, but like, I don't know. I've always thought Chris Tarrant just knew the answers. Does he not know them?
No.
Man, that guy is really good host. I thought he was just like, yeah, are you sure that's the right answer? Because I know what it is.
They might have. I mean, they might have just changed it when Jeremy Clarkson
maybe.
started, so he doesn't have the
What a
answers.
shit.
I mean, Jeremy Clarkson
Helpful.
never actually looks like he knows anything anyway.
No, he's probably really stupid. I feel like he's a stupid guy.
He's either really stupid.
He knows cars
or
and
he's
that's
really clever, and he's just good at hiding it.
He's
I
either,
think
he's
that
either
is-
stupid or specialised.
I feel like that's a good description for our current Prime Minister.
I feel like it's a good description for most people.
Most politicians, good description.
It's wild. We were like watching Jeremy Corbyn.
Corbyn?
Clarkson.
God.
Well,
Jeremy
here's the thing, I was
Corbyn!
thinking about politics. I was thinking about politics, and then like my brain mixed them both. Because
Sure.
it's wild watching Jeremy Clarkson now and just realizing just how incredibly Tory he is.
Oh yeah, yeah. I realise that about a lot of people where you don't really think about that when you're younger, and then all of a sudden you realise they've all got political views.
Yeah.
And you're like, don't tell me what they are because I still want to like you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put my hands in my ears.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. Anyway, news.
The first clap was better.
Yeah, it was. I like that. It's
Yeah, that's
isn't
good.
it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. You were
Make
supposed to do
yourself-
the clapping, weren't you?
No.
You've stopped doing clapping. I'm disappointed in you.
No, not for the segment. It's the audio segment.
Yeah, you need to sync the audio.
Anyway, first bit of news.
The bill of materials needed for a PS5 is reportedly around £450, which is much higher than the £381 that was needed for the PS4. Now, the PS4 originally sold for £399, so obviously they've got to make some kind of profit. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, some kind of profit is like. They basically, because the consoles never really try and make profit from the consoles.
well, this is the
They
thing.
basically just about break even.
So Sony, I'm pretty sure they purposely made a loss on the PS3. They tried to make the console cheaper because then they thought the games would sell enough. They lost millions of pounds on the PS3. They did not make their money back. So when they made the PS4, they stopped doing that and they sold the PS4 for a profit. If they want to sell the PS5 for a profit, I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong on this, but it's going to be the most expensive console ever produced.
I don't mind that. Weirdly.
I think the thing is, for us, it's not a problem because we know, you know, we like the PlayStation. It's going to be fine. It's for parents who are buying their consoles for their little kids,
Straight up.
who are like, okay, the Nintendo Switch is £270.
For us who are spending
PS5,
our own money
450.
and we know what we're going to get for it,
Yeah,
that's
Here's the
it's
thing,
fine.
though,
It's an investment for at least
Yeah.
half a decade.
I was gonna say though, here's the thing: that price for a PlayStation, I'd rather just sell it to upgrade my computer. Not sell it, not buy it
Buy
just
it
to
and
use the
upgrade it.
cash
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
upgrade
true.
the computer.
I get a lot of joy out of home console gaming.
Oh no, me too.
And I think
Oh,
once,
yeah, yeah,
once
yeah.
I'm out of uni and I get a job and stuff, I will save and buy a proper gaming PC.
Yeah,
But right now,
it's good for us, but I think for a lot of like parents and stuff, when you've got the Switch or the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, or even the Xbox Series X, which might be much cheaper, I don't know, then compared to the PlayStation 5, it's
Yeah.
going to be a tough
Well,
sell.
I mean, I think the biggest worry about PS5 right now is just how little information's been released. We've
Yeah.
literally got an essentially
Well,
a logo.
I don't know if you've heard, but they've obviously pulled out the GDQ, is it QCDJ? What's it called?
Letters.
I think which is a big Chinese event. I think the big Chinese gaming thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure, but either way, they pulled out of it because of the coronavirus, and apparently, Nintendo and Sony have had to like halt production on a lot of stuff because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So everyone thinks that that's actually halted the like reveal of the PlayStation 5. But
It's gonna halt a lot of things.
it really is.
Yeah.
It's really badly affected
It's
a lot of people and a lot
I
of business.
can wait.
No,
I
me
mean-
too. I'm not asked. And apparently, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One sales have plummeted since it was rumored that there was going to be a reveal.
Well, Xbox has said Xbox and CD Projekt Red. I don't know if you've got this in the news, but I'll say it now anyway. I said something. I think it was yesterday. CD Projekt Red basically said that if you get Cyberpunk for the
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Xbox One,
You get a free upgrade.
then you get it for the Xbox Series X, which is incredible.
Which
Yeah.
is like
Wonderful business.
Microsoft have gone was like super pro consumer this generation.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know half the reason why I think though CD Projekt Red has decided to do that? I mean, obviously it's probably also with the push from Microsoft. I imagine. I don't know where the like if there's some monetary incentive there, but I think a lot of the reason why that's CD Projekt Red has feel comfortable doing that is because of the Witcher TV series.
Yeah.
Because the Witcher TV series,
But also-
series puts such a boost into. Do you know how much CD Projekt Red's worth now?
Oh, it's now the second biggest gaming
Yeah.
company in Europe,
Europe.
behind
How much?
Ubisoft. I'm not
How-
sure. Probably
Go for it.
Go on, guess the number. Guess.
620 million.
More.
At least four
For what?
pounds.
More.
I'm gonna guess
£5.
1
Tom's
point.
closer.
I'm closer.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna
£6?
go too far. I think 850 million.
More.
Are we going in the billions?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go 1.8 billion.
More.
3.9.
Hang on, I'm gonna get this up on my phone so you don't
Like
immediately
we're giving
call.
answers that you don't even
I'm just
I'm
guessing.
getting this up on my phone.
Okay.
Because again.
Well, I read that they're now the second biggest gaming company in Europe, and also they've been doing really well because of Nintendo Switch sales. The series that came out has
Yeah.
bumped up sales,
Yeah.
and they're now releasing like the Gwent card game and stuff
Yeah.
everywhere.
But
CD Projekt Red
Yeah.
are now worth over 8 billion.
Wow.
When you said I was closer,
Yeah, closer than 4.
that was misleading.
450.
Yeah, no,
459.
they're doing stupid well.
Here's the one thing I am worried about with CD Projekt Red though, and it's the same reason why I'm always worried about like Ubisoft.
Yeah,
It's companies like Vivendi and Tencent that end up like buying out big shares of companies that like start off completely on their own, you know, start doing great, start selling some really like well popular games, and then sort of snowball into such much bigger companies, and then the next couple of games they do or the next couple of ventures they do end up losing money, and then they end up getting bought out, and then they end up in really
problem-
shitty situations.
I think the problem with when a company gets as big as CD Projekt Red is the bigger your company gets, essentially the more corporate it becomes.
yeah,
And Ubisoft had that problem where they just became so incredibly corporate, they just became horrible.
Yeah.
And like one thing about the games industry, people are really good at noticing the corporate.
Yeah,
shit.
well, that's the thing. Like Ubisoft, part of the
Bethesda.
reason why they got so
Bethesda.
corporate for quite a
Bethesda.
long time was because they were trying to fight this buyout from Vivendi for like
Yeah.
thing with
for
you,
like at least like 5 years,
Ubisoft's
I
much
think
better
it was.
now though. They're now listening to their community and they're making
Oh, yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah.
Well, in theory, they'd
Yeah,
say.
I mean they're probably only better because they think being better helps profits more than not.
Yeah,
But
they
I
prob-
mean, better's better.
What I'm worried about is that obviously The Witcher 3 was great because it's a good game and it has everything that people like. What I'm worried about is either it's going to have the Rockstar syndrome where they just make the same game every single time. They'd stop innovating,
Yeah.
despite being one of the biggest innovators. Or they're going to start making games that are less and less good and reduce features so they can get more games out quickly.
Yeah.
But what I don't know whether this annoys me or makes me happy that CD Projekt Red are now the second biggest in Europe from making essentially one game.
Yeah. Well, I think their
All
thing
they've
at
done
the
is
moment,
The
their
Witcher,
thing at the
right?
moment, essentially. Well, because I mean, obviously they've got Cyberpunk now. They were just big for The Witcher before, but now, I think what I'm guessing they're going to do is they do the same thing they did with The Witcher, in which they bring out one big game, and then they bring out like loads of sort of peripheral media around it,
Yeah.
like
Like
there's-
Gwent
Witcher
game
had
and
Gwent
stuff,
and
and
like
Thronebreaker was
yeah,
it called?
Thronebreaker.
Yeah.
I'm
They've-
guessing
they've-
we're going to get a few of those little things.
Yeah.
They did
around
a fair
Cyberpunk.
few comic books published by. It was a
Yeah.
IDW, I think it was, who published.
Yeah.
Published them.
But I mean, it
I
took
But
like
I
them.
think that's a
about
really
that.
good way of doing it. In all fairness,
Yes, very true.
So
but
you have
Yeah.
subsidiary.
it keeps you involved in the universe outside of just replaying the game over and over
Yeah.
again, and it gives them time to work on other big projects and like.
well,
not
what I'm
like-
hoping is that
Yeah.
they open a second like studio
'Cause
thing, so
I-
they can work on a big project while having people work on small
I'm going
projects.
to say this when it comes to like how games companies, both publishers and production studios, I think we are at a big turning point where it can go either really really well, like pro consumer. The market starts flourishing with more interesting and innovative and well liked games, or we end up with this very predatory business model.
Yeah.
Because like the last few years, there's loads of the stuff about loot boxes, microtransactions, and the thing is, that stuff's profitable. Like
Straight up. Yeah.
if you look at Blizzard, all their biggest profits come from their
Look at
microtransactions.
Epic.
Even
Epic,
even
yeah,
Nintendo
yeah.
are doing it now.
Even Nintendo do it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But the thing is, there's more and more pushback from consumers. There's more and more pushback from like regulatory officers. So it's like
I think it'll be if CD Project Red ever dips. Yeah, I can't talk today. Ever dips into the point of doing anything like loot boxes, I think it'll be far down the line because they're nowhere near. That's at the sort of bottom of a descent hill for CD Projekt Red that they're not started taking yet. So I don't think we need to start worrying until we see signs of that. Also, if they start doing things like opening like second studios and stuff, you do run the risk of them sort of overexerting themselves and just like
expanding
there's a
before
big
they're ready.
there's a big problem with it's like how with Bethesda they had the Fallout franchise and new people love Fallout, so they just made Fallout 76 being like, right, let's give them more Fallout, but then it just ended up being terrible because they didn't put
Nobody liked it because
they
it
didn't
didn't
put well
work.
they didn't put effort into it for a fucking start.
I think watching Bethesda as a company is going to be interesting to see what they do to change.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
I think their inclusion of the NPC thing was them to try and gain more community support.
Did you guys watch the trailer?
Yeah, I
for
did.
that?
It looks terrible.
Isn't it so hilariously like?
It's just there's no effort put into it whatsoever.
No.
It's just clips from the game.
It's clips from the game, but the problem is,
Like if you compare that to the
clips
release
from the
trailer
game
of
don't
Fallout
look
76.
like they just look like standard conversations from like Fallout 4
Yeah,
or obviously
yeah,
Fallout
yeah.
76. But like because they're just so not cinematic or like nice to look at, it just looks. It has no sense of like atmosphere or.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, put it into perspective, right? When did Fallout 76 come out? It was the end of 2018, right? It's not been out that long, okay? So they've had, at very most, from the end of 2018 to now, to implement all these NPCs and all the dialogue, all the voice acting. Compare that to like the production of Fallout 4, which took forever, right? They've had no time to do this. On top of working on updates, the random Battle Royale mode that went nowhere, all these extra like Fallout First.
I have. So when I'm doing projects.
Yeah.
For my degree.
Yeah.
If I'm running out of time, and I need to get something done because it needs to be functional before the deadline.
Yeah.
I do just what I call panic coding, which is where I just basically try to implement as much as I can as quickly as possible, and then chuck it out and go. Just give me what you can give me for this big pile of shit.
Or you cut features.
Or I go, okay, this one won't get me as much marks as this one. I will prioritize this one.
Yeah.
Maybe see if I can do
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah, sure.
That basically Bethesda is basically treating Fallout 76 like a student,
Yeah.
an alcoholic student treats
I
coursework.
I think we said this last week, but just kill it. Just kill Fallout 76. Stop
Straight
supporting it. Do what BioWare are very clearly doing with Anthem and just give up.
No.
No, I know. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Anthem
We'll
2.0.
we'll talk about that in a minute. I think we talked about it a little bit last time, but we'll talk about it in a minute. The next piece of news, because that was the very first piece of news and somehow spiraled into a conversation
Yeah.
about something completely different.
Oh god.
This one we... Oh no, actually, there is a little bit to go with the other piece.
Oh.
According to the same report that said that PlayStation's materials were going to cost £450, Sony are apparently working on a new VR headset which will launch after the PS5, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I guess just want to be compatible with
Presumably,
PlayStation 5.
it's supposed to use the stronger hardware to give it a more.
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, that
imagine
makes
it's
sense.
I imagine it's just going to be like a hardware upgrade. I don't think it'll be too much revolutionary.
I mean, the PS5 is pretty much just going to be a hardware upgrade.
Yeah, have you heard reports that these are going to be the last consoles? That PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are going to be the end of the console.
I'm pretty sure that people have been saying that for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's going to come after? Because people still want home devices.
No, as in, it's not going to be the end of consoles.
Yeah.
It's just going to be the end of them making new ones, and the PS5
Oh
will
yeah,
be
yeah.
the
And
last
it's just
PlayStation.
yeah, well, no, because essentially,
No, I don't see it
console
being
hardware
Mm.
is basically shifting more and more to be less and less different from PC hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the shift is absolutely going to end up happening. That essentially consoles are just
More
just
compact
essentially they're just
gaming
PCs
computers.
with like very specific bits of hardware
Yeah.
and dedicated operating system.
I wonder if we're going to see... We'll get the PS5 and we'll get the Xbox Series X. And then if Sony and perhaps Microsoft are going to go, let's see if we can do our Switch. And let's see if we can get it to the same sort of...
Maybe.
the capabilities of a PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll do Switch. I think they'll do.
Or if handhelds...
Well, they tried to do like PlayStation tried to do like I don't know if they're still trying to do it like remote play.
They still do remote play.
Yeah, but did that ever like happen with anyone? I think I tried to use it once where you can like.
Yeah, I use it on my laptop sometimes.
I think they'll try and do something like that where you basically.
What was it they said they were doing remote play for? I can't remember, but they were talking... I think it was just a general, like, do gamers want remote play on the Switch for the PS4? Yeah. That was what they were trying to
I can
push.
see them bringing out, like,
Wait,
some sort of handheld thing.
It's just where you get to play your PlayStation, but on a different platform.
I can see them giving out
it's like
something that's basically like a screen and a controller, and then it connects to your PlayStation over Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think so too.
On your PlayStation, and then you like can take it anywhere. I don't think they'll try and. I think to try and be able to bring out a bit of hardware that's like you can play any game on these consoles and then take it with you and just play it.
I guess the only
from this thing.
The only problem with that,
they won't be able to create anything.
Remote play is all done with Wi-Fi. So if you move out of the room, then you've lost.
Yeah, but they can't do. But
so far, it's best used for those people who don't want to get out.
The reason the Switch works is that
like me,
it's essentially it works because games running on it require less hardware.
Oh, absolutely. But
and you can't.
It's possible they might try and do a Google Stadia thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, essentially that's what it will be. Yeah. Except from instead of using their servers, you use your own.
So
all you use Google Stadias because they're probably going to sell them at some point.
It's not doing well. It's not doing well. Is
anyone surprised? Just
not at all.
Not really.
Not at all. Okay, it's come out too early. This is technology that needs to be out.
Yeah.
It's like VR when VR
it
first
might come
came out.
back and we might see it again.
Again, like
VR.
VR.
Yeah, like here's the thing. These trends always come around because VR was tried like early.
VR was tried.
Like,
but even the first
like the Virtual Boy.
But even the first iteration of like the Oculus Rift and the Vive and even the PlayStation VR, like nobody was buying that shit. It was too expensive. There was no games on it.
Yeah, but I think everyone knew.
This is the problem with Google Stadia at the time being.
Because that's what happens when something that new comes out. Is that it comes out and then no one, apart from like people that are really into that sort of shit, can buy it. and then over time the hardware gets
Yeah.
cheaper and cheaper, and then people can start buying like the
I
older
think-
versions for like much cheaper than it were.
Like this,
and then,
this stuff always comes back around.
Yeah.
yeah,
Always comes
the
back
technology
around.
just gets cheaper and cheaper, and that's what's
Google
kind of great about it all.
Yeah.
Google Stadia though I think is a little bit misguided in its belief
Yeah.
that gamers want to be able to play entirely online.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's true.
Yeah, no one wants to play entirely.
I don't think anyone
No one
wants
wants
to do that.
to be. No one.
Do you remember when the Xbox One came out and they were like, yeah, you have to be connected to the internet? I know they then ended up patching that out, but it was like,
Yeah.
in order to even update your Xbox One, like, so you can play on it once you've
Yeah.
bought it, you have to be connected to the internet.
That is wild, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they were like, oh no, we've patched that out, don't worry about it. But like weeks later, and
Yeah,
it's
they-
like
Everyone
everyone was
Sometimes
like,
I remember
the
how.
fuck?
Sometimes I remember how much Xbox just
Dropped
suicided, just jumped off a cliff with the Xbox
Yeah,
One at the
yeah,
end. And then like they managed to like find a chute just before they slammed fate first
Yeah.
into the ground. But man, it was close, and man, did they
Ooh.
break a few
But
legs.
like in Breath of the Wild, I reckon they're gonna get a little bit of a little pump up. I don't know what's it. A little push up the arsehole.
Kick up the arse.
Yeah.
You know that's really going to sound great in the audio,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. In Breath of the Wild, you know when you get kicked up the arse? No, you know when in like
You know when Ganondorf just rushes and kicks
Yeah.
you up the arse?
you know
as
there
you're
was
about
like
to fall?
shoots of air or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing that. You know,
It's an audio.
yeah. They're gonna knock Link up.
They're going to get
How-
wind
what-
back
what's
in their
happening?
sails, and they're going to lift high into the air again.
Ah, beautiful. You should be the writer. Why am I a writer? I don't know. I'm not.
Are
I'm
you?
terrible. Yeah, I am. I write novels and shit. You know
Yeah.
that. I'm doing journalism. What do you mean, am I?
Tom's
What do you mean, am I? I've written scripts. What do you mean, am
Tom's
I?
written my favourite book.
Yeah, of course.
What's it called, Tom?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what you're referring to.
I think it was just asking you to say the name of a thing you've written.
Oh, I've written the current one that I'm trying to get published is Summer Comes But Once for the Cicada.
Yeah.
That's my current one.
It's my favourite
Or
book.
there's Nobody's.
movies.
There's Nobody's, which
Screenplay.
was originally based on Us, but then I changed it.
What are you trying to say?
Because it was boring as shit.
No, it wasn't. But
What are you trying to say, Tom?
it changed into something else. It changed into being selfishly more about me and my depression and all that.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
You're allowed to write books that are kind of about you.
They're kind of. It's like.
Yeah.
I mean, every book,
Yeah.
let's be honest, is kind of about the author.
What was it that he said for Revolutionary Road? The guy who wrote that. He was like, these
I'm gonna write a
these
book.
characters are at least always half about me.
Yeah.
Sweet. Anyway,
This is the easiest place to write from.
second piece
Well,
of
yeah,
news
it's
out
the
of
answer
like
that you really
10.
can write from.
Yeah, my next
Yeah,
book
let's go,
that I'm
let's go.
writing, my fourth one. I've written 3.
Is it
2 and almost finished. Is a porno. No, it's about these
I'll
friends.
read that one.
Yeah, you can read that one. It's about these friends that meet up after having not talked to each other for ages after uni, and it's each character is based on something that I'm going through at the moment. So look forward to that one when that gets published. You heard it here first, right? Catherine. Huh?
Hear that, Kate?
Yeah, we're gonna be famous, Kate. We're gonna be rich. Catherine Full Body, which is by the people who made Persona. If you know Persona, I feel like people know that.
Excuse me, Tom. I only know Persona through Catherine Full Body.
I
think
see.
you'll find.
Catherine Full Body, by the people who made Persona and XCOM 2, have been rated for the Nintendo
Wait,
Switch.
no.
What's happening?
The
here?
people who made XCOM 2 did not make
No,
Persona.
no. This is a separate thing. Catherine Full Body by the people who made Persona
Right.
and XCOM 2,
Okay.
which is a
Okay.
separate game.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
clearly not made.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
was
I'm not
gonna
gonna
I
lie.
see.
That is not how that sounded.
You see here on my text document there are commas.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I'm like,
That's all
I
it
realised
is.
right now
This is
doesn't
why the
sound as
Oxford
good.
comma exists. Sadly,
Yeah.
it doesn't come across in speech.
Yes, I realised.
I was
Okay.
like, hang on a minute.
No, they-
hang on.
Hold on a minute.
XCOM 2 became a
having
very
having that
different
by the
game.
people who made Persona in the middle just doesn't help. Catherine Full Body and XCOM 2
There we go.
have been rated for Nintendo Switch, confirming their launches sometime
Sweet,
this
'cause
year.
XCOM 2 is
What's the
such a
good
great
rating?
game.
Catherine, I assume is like an 18 because it's quite
Yeah.
like nuding.
It's
I didn't
Yes.
know they were the same developers.
They're not.
They made Catherine. No.
Oh,
I'm
that made
sorry.
Catherine. I thought you were going on the XCOM 2 shit. Yeah, no, they are. Yeah, Atlas. Anyway,
They seem like very different games.
yeah, kind of.
Yes.
I mean, mainly
They've both got the same sort of art
Catherine is.
style. and stuff.
Catherine. I remember coming out and just looking at it and just being like, eh?
Yeah,
Because a game that's centered essentially in at least its marketing around a
it's got
girl being
controversy around
sexy.
it.
Catherine is basically a choose your own adventure visual novel with this really interesting climbing game
Yeah,
behind it.
it got some controversy around it though for some comments about transgender people, so that was fun. It's the Japanese though, man. They just don't get it. They don't get all that stuff.
Well, it's a
Well,
different culture.
everyone gets it here.
Well, no, well, yeah, but like
It's-
the
it's-
Japanese are just. I mean, not that I'm defending them. Obviously, what they say
Yeah.
is bad, but like, yeah, they just
They don't have-
completely different culture to us.
Yeah, it's just a different culture.
But I'm not defending them. There's, as my gran used to always say, there's an explanation, but not an excuse.
Nice.
Exactly.
Anyway, this comes just before Atlas, which, right, right. I've put Catherine Full Body by the people who make Persona and then XCOM 2. Have been rated for Nintendo
Wait,
Switch.
they made us come too.
Have been rated for Nintendo Switch, confirming the launches sometimes this year. And then I put, this comes just before Atlas, the people behind Catherine Full Body. Why did I bother putting that?
To remind yourself, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway.
To remind yourself what you just wrote.
This comes just before Atlas.
Who made Catherine?
Asked players what games they want of theirs. Oh my god, this is so. You can tell I literally wrote this about 10 minutes ago. Asked players what games of theirs they'd like to see ported to the Switch.
I want XCOM 2.
So, so I don't know if you guys know, but there's a new Persona game coming out. It's called Persona
6?
Persona 5 Scramble, I think, or Persona
Oh.
Scramble,
It's
and
all
that's
about eggs.
that's actually getting launched on the Switch as well, and it's made by obviously Atlas, but also Koei Tecmo because it's Dynasty Warriors style game.
Oh, I think, yeah, I've heard
So
about
it's
You
that.
mentioned this to me before.
Yeah, so that's not doing too great with the marketing department. For some reason, they're being really weird about it and not marketing that well in the West. But everyone has been clamoring for a Persona 5 port to the Switch, a Persona 3 and Persona 4, and basically all the Persona games. So I think they're finally like, okay, well, we've got this one coming out on the Switch. It runs pretty good. It looks basically the same as the PS4 version. Let's just release all the other ones.
What have they said? What have they said about XCOM 2?
Oh, fucking hell. Well, as you know, it's been rated for the Switch.
Should we
so-
just move on?
The next,
let's move on.
the next
Let's
piece
move
of
on.
news is actually, I find this kind of hilarious.
Go for it.
Have you know Darksiders Genesis
Yes.
that came out recently?
Yes.
It came out to not much fanfare. I think it's gotten fairly well reviewed, but not like
It's
glowing.
Here's the thing. It's
Is it just another Dark Souls?
It's
game?
a Diablo's version of Darksiders.
Oh, okay. I heard the name and
Yeah.
basically that's it.
they didn't really market it
No,
that well.
and I think it's a shame because Darksiders 3 got badly reviewed.
Darksiders 3 is fine.
Well, it got like
Darksiders 3 is
mixed, didn't
fine.
it? It got kind of mixed reviews.
Yeah,
so-
I think the problem with Darksiders 3 was that it's a game that uses game design that was very popular years ago.
Yeah, I know. And I feel like even Darksiders Genesis kind of doing the Diablo thing
Yeah.
is a little bit outdated.
But it does it well though.
But that's
Like-
good. That's good. And that's what you want in a game is a
Exactly, like,
game done well.
Just because the game is using like a game design that's quite old, if it does it well enough, if it does it efficiently enough, like it should be popular. Like
Mario.
Last time we did the podcast, I was talking about Shovel Knight,
Yeah.
which is just like a really tight classic retro platform.
Well, even Mario is still fairly
Yeah, Mario Kart and Mario.
simple gameplay,
I
but
don't know why I went
Nice.
Mario Kart first.
to be fair, Mario Kart 2. But anyway, Darksiders Genesis. It's the special edition of Darksiders Genesis, which is the funny bit. So it's currently priced, the special edition, which is called Nephilim.
Nephilim,
Yeah, Nephilim edition, is currently priced at £349.99,
Diggity down.
which is actually more expensive than just to buy a Nintendo Switch.
Why is it that expensive?
It's that
Does anyone
expensive.
like the franchise that much?
I like Darksiders.
Well,
Yeah, but that much.
there's a reason it got priced as high.
point.
So you can actually buy a cheaper version for £110.
I mean, I would understand if it was something like an Animal Crossing, because people go mad for them little games.
I don't know what Animal Crossing could release that I would pay that much money for.
I don't,
in
yeah,
a
but
special
I don't know
edition.
what. I don't know.
A like
Darksiders could
20-foot
release
statue of
if-
Isabel.
If Animal Crossing,
Isabel and
Just
Doom
that,
guy hugging.
yeah.
tell you what Animal Crossing could release to make me pay that much.
Yeah.
If it has a completely tie-in set of extras for Doom.
Oh, I hope it does.
Oh,
Because
we
there
made this
Yeah,
joke.
yeah. Well,
Like-
everyone has. Have you not seen on the internet Isabel and Doom guy are like best mates now?
Yeah. Who
It's really
cares?
funny.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
really
it.
cute.
Yeah, it'll be
But would you like to know what's in Darksiders Genesis?
we literally that is a joke we literally made in the first podcast.
No,
I'm
no,
pretty sure.
not the first one.
No, I think it was.
Look at this guy. Not the
It was
first
either the first or the
It
second.
was in our
because
most anticipated games video, which was episode like 8 or 7. So suck it.
No,
Who listens?
we made proper jokes about.
Jonathan. Who listens to the podcast
Jonathan.
after each episode?
No,
Who's
but
the
I
host?
listened to.
Who's the
It's
host?
one that I listened to back, and I only listened back to the first two. We might have made jokes about it. In
Yeah,
episode
no, it's
8 or
possible.
something.
I to be fair, mate, I can't remember the first episode at all. It was when we did Joker, I think it was our first episode, and I just cannot remember it whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's very likely that we made comments. In the special edition of this Darksiders game, you can get the statue of the guy with the two guns or whatever, like badges and all that shit. The game, and it comes in a nice steel case thing.
Oh.
But the main thing that is making it priced so high is it comes with a board game,
Ooh.
which is actually pretty cool. I don't know
It
what.
comes with an entirely different product.
Yeah, I don't. Well, you can
That's
buy
still
it.
a lot. Though.
You can buy it without the board game for £110.
Well, no, because a lot
Which
of
seems to price the board game at £230.
Yeah. Can you buy the board game on its own?
Here's
I
the
don't
thing:
know.
if you have
Because that's weird if you can't.
a big custom-made board game with a lot of like injection mold
Yeah,
figurines,
yeah.
they can retail like well up to 100.
But even like Scythe, for example, which has lots of plastic figurines and shit
Well-
like that, that's only £60.
Yeah.
And that has a nice ass board with loads of good artwork on it. And all the cards and the figures and all this. I can't imagine £230 being worth that. Even what's it called? Tiberium whatever. You know that big like
Yeah,
space one? That's only like £150. And that has fucking so many models in it. And I don't know why it's priced ridiculously high. Anyway, if you want it,
Well, it might be an exclusive sort of thing.
that's what I'm thinking. It might be exclusive to this edition that you can't
Yeah.
get the board game outside of it.
Or
But if
That
you
is a weird thing
like-
to do, though.
Or
isn't
like
it?
there's
Yeah, a
a
little bit.
there's a very
Imagine-
small amount of supply of these board games.
only 5,000 copies were made of this.
Imagine.
Yeah, so
Imagine
that's gonna put the
inventing
price
an
quite
entire
high.
board game just to give out like 5,000 copies and then just
Bizarre, innit?
never again.
Very
Right.
bizarre.
I mean, there's weirder pre-orders. I mean, like, what about what was it for Saints Row 3 or Saints Row 4? There was like this pre-order where it was literally $1 million, or no, it wasn't $1 million. It was like $10,000 or something to pre-order the game, but then you got like a Lamborghini and a chance to. get
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
It was
I think that's the sort
crazy.
of thing that they do though. That they just go, "This is stupid. No one
Yeah.
really is going to take
Yeah.
it seriously." But if people do, we get 10,000 quid.
I don't know if this is sold particularly well, but if you want it, you can go buy it now for more than a Switch. I recommend you buy a Switch instead. But if you want to spend lots of money, you can.
My recommendation is buy it because Darksiders is a great little franchise. I
Yeah,
think.
but you don't need to spend
And
that
the
much
developers-
on it.
You could just get the game for
Really
like
fucking
£35.
hard.
Just buy the
to
game.
make-
Just buy the game.
Yeah, I'd just buy the game.
The developers fought really fucking hard to get those games,
Yeah.
get those games going after THQ.
It does. That is the thing. But that amount of money for something, it just does scream.
I just,
Corporate
I
cash grab, doesn't
I just buy the
I
game.
don't know.
Well, it seems like they put in a lot of effort. Like to make a board game is pretty cool,
Well, you also
and maybe
said,
they
Yeah,
just want
but,
money
like,
for their hard work. I
Well,
don't
you
know.
also said that they've got that figure. How big is it?
The figure, oh, it's like probably
Surely
the size of that
the
Star Wars
joy,
ball.
Yeah,
if you
that'll
put
be-
that much
that'll
hard
be like
work into
40,
something, then
50
the reward you want to get from it is people playing it, not
Yeah,
people
it's bizarre,
spending
isn't it?
So much
Yeah,
money.
but at the
It's
same
bizarre.
time, you gotta buy food.
Yeah, but they make more money selling, surely just selling it as a board game.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
probably. Yeah, I'd imagine so. I think people would want to buy. Maybe they do sell it as just a board game. I don't know, or maybe they plan to after this special
But
edition.
also, it's not like this is a last ditch effort.
I guess for them,
Like,
maybe-
they could live as a company without doing this.
I guess for them, this is almost like a Kickstarter for their board game.
Yeah.
Like if enough people buy this copy for a lot of money, true. But like if it's limited edition to just this like special edition thing, then maybe they'll be like, oh well, enough people bought it, we'll start selling it off for
You know,
cheap.
maybe.
Or we'll
It's a
produce
weird,
more.
weird way to
Yeah, no, just put it on
To-
Kickstarter.
yeah,
It's bizarre.
weird way to find demand for it.
Anyway, we can
Okay.
move on because we've got lots of cool other news. For
100
example, the Uncharted movie is back in the news again.
Oh Jesus!
But
Christ.
this time, my boys,
Is it good news?
it's actually getting made. You boys ready?
What?
Tom Holland came out
Oh, that's new.
as gay. No. Tom
for
Holland.
him.
Tom Holland has apparently claimed. No, he hasn't. Apparently, he did claim the Uncharted script is not only one of the best
Yeah.
ever that he's read, but apparently it, and this is a quote, really, really jumps off the page. The interesting thing about this, though, is he said the newest draft of the script, which makes me think it's been rewritten a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
It probably has.
And that's why it's not
I'd
been
say
made
almost
yet.
certainly.
Yes. But then he came out a week later and he said that apparently filming will start in 4 weeks
Fair enough.
from last
Is
Thursday.
there, do we know the director of it?
Yes, it's Travis Knight, director of. Do we know?
No.
He did Kubo and the Two Strings, and he did Bumblebee.
Ooh.
So there you go. That's Travis Knight for you.
Those are 2 really good movies.
Yeah.
Well,
that
if
could be alright.
you're an idiot, then yeah, they are. But if you're not,
Kubo's good.
So-
I haven't seen
Kubo
Bumblebee.
is terrible. It's boring, and it's for kids.
No, never
You're
make
boring
that
and you're
argument.
for kids.
Oh, don't say that.
No. Oh.
Do you hear that, police?
Tom, we better not see you on the news like a few years
I
later.
spoke to the police today. I'm a brave ass boy,
What
right?
did you tell them?
We.
What did you tell them?
I told them about you guys.
Oh,
But all
shit,
the
not
weed
again.
in this house, they're on their way. No,
I can't go back.
I was with my friend Amira, and we were filming for our TV journalism thing, and she wanted to get some shots of the police. I was like covertly filming them. Anyway, and then I went up to them after, and I was like, "Oh, can we get permission to film you?" And they were like, "No, you have to talk to a press office." But I was like, "I want to talk to the police. I'm a confident boy now. I'm getting my confidence back. It's all hip hop and happening."
I'm happy
What
for
Tom's
you,
not
Joe.
telling
Thank you.
us, is that like 5 seconds later he was handcuffed.
Yeah, I was arrested.
Slammed onto the bottom of the car. Yeah, but even if he was, that's still brave.
Well done, Tom.
They said no, so I punched them in the face and ran off. And they got me.
Fucking pigs.
They still after me now.
I smashed them on the face with the camera.
Yeah.
That's broken now, so that was a bad move.
They're now looking for Tom.
So
So our address is for any police listening.
yes, please come and arrest
Oh
us.
yeah, definitely give our address out.
We live at 123 realaddresslane.com.
I thought you were gonna say the address of this place we lived second year then, because that was 123.
No,
Was it?
What are you doing, Jonathan?
I'm
Was
not
it
giving the
actually?
road name. Yeah, do you not remember?
No, was it 123?
Yeah, you do. No, not last year. The year before.
Yeah,
Yeah, second year.
yeah. Was it 123?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
123.
Man, I missed that house.
You missed the house or you missed the house?
I missed.
What's the
house.
difference? Oh,
ED.
no, yeah, I missed the house. MISS.
Okay.
It was a nice house. Do you not think?
Yeah.
I have good memories
Is
of
it
my
your
house.
favourite house?
Yeah, I have
This
good
is my
memories.
favourite house.
This is your favourite house?
Yeah.
This is the worst house that we've lived in.
What?
I hate
Worse
this
than
house.
last year?
Worse than last year.
Seriously?
Yeah, definitely.
Why?
I will not go into why.
Is
Just
it next door?
next door. No, I like next door. Next door keep me company.
I
at
keep
night.
bumping into Amelia next door.
I'm not even
That's why.
joking. Next door are out all the time. They go and smoking weed,
No.
and I put my window open and I just listen to their conversation, which is
Oh, I
super
thought you were
weird.
like, I open my window and I just take a deep breath of that good stuff.
No, I do.
Ugh.
I do. No, but you know how I'm up late all the time?
Yeah.
I get really lonely. And so
Aw.
whenever they're out and they're chatting, I'm like, hi guys. I don't talk to them.
That is adorable, but it's a little bit sad.
Yeah, it's so sad.
I keep bumping into Amelia next door.
You know their names? I don't know their names.
You've
All-
been to the house.
Yeah,
I-
once in September or whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's now February, for people who don't know.
Anyway, boys, shall we get back on track?
Yeah. So, that's the Uncharted movie. Speaking of movies, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which
Oh,
came out
yeah.
Valentine's Day, has reportedly made £76 million in its opening weekend.
That's really
I,
good.
And it is set to be the highest grossing video game movie of all time.
I'm
I-
so happy for it.
Yeah, I'm really glad about that.
Me too, man. Apparently it's okay.
Yeah.
Apparently fans of Sonic will like it. People who like just movies won't like it because it's not a very good movie. Apparently Jim Carrey isn't that good in it. Apparently Jim Carrey is very good in it. Apparently Sonic is really well designed. Apparently he's not really well designed.
I think
I
think it's a big point essentially to the studio that says, hey, if you take the effort to make things good, then people will.
Have you heard people are now
No.
complaining though that he got redesigned? So
Yeah,
you know everyone was
people-
complaining. People were complaining
Don't
that
throw
he was,
me
it was
under
his.
the bus
That's
Tom.
the people that wanted to see it for the same reason that everyone saw Cats. They
Yeah.
wanted to see the massive disaster that was Sonic.
Yeah.
And now it looks good. They're just like, oh, that's sad. I want to.
Here's what I really hope. Like on the DVD release,
They release
have
the other
two
version.
versions of this
Yeah,
movie.
there is going to be a
compared
massive campaign, like
To see the original.
hashtag release the disaster cut.
Yeah.
Or whatever they'll
Release
call
the
it.
beast.
Let's start it. We could start it, get like trending, and then
Then
our
people-
podcast. Yes, boys, let's start on our Twitter.
Just make sure to edit this bit
Hang
out.
on.
The bit where we're talking about how we're gonna get famous from it.
How we manipulate people
Just
into
at
watching
Sonic.
our podcast.
At Sonic himself, because he's a real person.
At Sonic hashtag.
As we
release
talked
the
about in
beast.
last episode. Say release the disaster cut.
I don't
No,
have
release the
I don't
beast.
have our Twitter account logged in on my phone, so I'll do it later.
I don't believe you.
Mate,
I
guys.
follow you, so I'll find out if you.
Yeah,
do
I'll
that or
say
not.
okay.
Guys,
I'd say now.
who's ready for hashtag release the beast?
Hashtag release. No, I think it should be hashtag release a disaster. I think that's.
No.
Release a beast doesn't make
Release
sense.
the beast sounds like it means something completely different.
Yeah, it sounds like we want to get Sonic's penis out.
Yeah.
Penis.
Right.
Release the beast is also definitely something that's been used before in something else.
Yeah.
Probably. So
funny.
Also, it's supposed to. Isn't it supposed to be a stupid like mimic of Release the Snyder Cut?
you came up. What do you mean? Is it supposed to be?
Yeah,
You
I
came
know.
up
I
with
mean,
it.
yeah, fair enough. It's the
Is my
entirely
joke
my
supposed to
com-
be a
Guys,
riff on the
sorry,
Snyder
if
Cut?
one of you could
Can
do
you
me a favour and
explain my
explain
joke?
my joke to me, because I'm not sure I get it.
So yeah, it's supposed to be Detective Pikachu. We have 2 more news, and then we'll go into the Oscars.
Ooh.
The first is no, actually, we'll do the last piece of movie news, and then we'll do the another piece. So Eli Roth, who's the director of Hostel and A House with a Clock in Its Walls. The temptation to say something else was unbearable. A House with a Cock in Its Balls is set to direct.
We got it, Tom.
Yeah.
We got it.
We got it.
It's set to direct the Borderlands movie.
Is it Borderlands movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
which was rumored to happen way back in 2015, and back then the Saw director Leigh Whannell, I believe is his name, was behind it, but now Eli Roth is going to be behind it.
Borderlands movie.
Shall I finish the
Yeah.
news first before you start talking
Yep.
about
Yep.
it? Thank you. You're fired.
Some sense there. I like it, Tom.
This is confidence, man. Talking to the police, man. I'm more confident now.
I'll talk to the police. I'll fucking fight you.
The script will be helmed by the creator of the hit TV series Chernobyl, who's called Craig
Ooh.
Mazin.
Okay.
Bit of a tone shift between those two projects.
Yeah,
what
I
would you say?
mean, everyone loves that show. Everyone said it was really, really good. I haven't seen it, but I know everyone was raving about it. And Eli Roth has done horror before, and I feel like together they could make an interesting kind of horror
Oh
Borderlands
yeah,
movie.
they could make it.
Yeah.
Like the two of them together on the project would make a
You see,
really interesting movie.
Me thinking about
But Borderlands?
Borderlands to me, I mean, I assume it's live action, right?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Right. Because to me, it sounds like it's going to be something that they're going to want to create really bright and colourful, which isn't a lot of Borderlands, but it screams to me something that I'd want to. Cause it's
No, I
got
don't think
sort
so.
of- I don't think you'd want.
Eli Roth is not a colourful person.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of his movies are quite grey and.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. If they make it,
I think it'll be
if they make
funny,
it all brown and.
but really visceral and bloody is what it's going
Because
to be.
the thing is,
Don't
I
know,
never
to be
think
fair,
of
look at the
Borderlands
new
having
games.
that much story. They had a lot of humour and stuff. But
Yeah.
story.
Borderlands. The story of Borderlands usually just boils down to okay, here's some events. Now go find a vault.
Well, what'll be interesting is obviously the stories that normally will Handsome Jack and now with those twins and shit. There's obviously there's a big villain who is trying to get the vault or whatever, and then you're also trying. I don't really play Borderlands for the plot, but you
You don't
play.
play Borderlands at all, my dear.
I do. I've got Borderlands 3. You play Borderlands for the gameplay because the gameplay is really fun.
So
right?
when did you like Borderlands?
I don't like Borderlands. I got Borderlands 3 to play with my sister because it's split screen co-op and we needed something to play. And Alec got it for me for Christmas. Anyway,
That's you told.
Does the level scaling better?
I will tell you. I will talk about it in a minute. But I think with the game, you have the gameplay to entertain you and to keep you going, despite the plot being god awful and the humor personally not very good. With the movie, I think you have to they're not going to have a good story because you can't with Borderlands. It's not. You might disagree, but it's not an interesting enough of a world to have an interesting story behind it, which is fine. So they can riff on the whole Borderlands doesn't have a good story, but then they need to make the action and the violence and the humor so good.
This is what I'm
that it
thinking.
elevates
If they
it.
want to make it, it's going to basically have to be a big, loud shootery thing with lots of.
They need
I
to
still think
replace-
it needs lots of colour. I don't think you can do it gritty.
It's
with it.
gonna have to be a movie full of content but no substance.
Yes, and that's fine.
I
You can
think-
do that.
I think,
Yeah.
I
Like
think-
John Wick.
I think
Yeah.
they're going to have to go full blood and gore.
Yeah, do John Wick but more bloody is what I think
Here's
it's
the
going
thing:
to
it
be.
would feel like Borderlands if it wasn't full.
But you also need people doing crazy, stupid shit. You want people like fucking the psychos just running around the place and basically a bit Mad Maxy.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say you want Mad Max but with a.
Well, which is why I think this is going to be perfect
Smart,
because
daft.
it's going to be Mad Max because that's the obvious inspiration for movies. But Eli, have you seen Hostel?
No.
People say it's the scariest movie ever made. It's unbelievably violent. I think if there's anyone who's going to direct a good Borderlands movie, it might actually be Eli Roth.
I just don't think you can do. I don't think you can. I think you can do as much blood and gore as you want, but you've got to do it.
You have to do it the Borderlands way.
Yeah, you've got to do it the ball. Yeah, you've got to have.
It has to somehow, like Borderlands
You've gotta
somehow
have-
manages to make it funny, which
You've
is
got to
weird.
have
But
psychos that just accidentally blow themselves up
Yeah.
for no reason.
In
You've
Borderlands,
gotta-
people aren't people. People are just sacks of meat and.
and when you
Visceral.
then make it a
You have
live
to treat
action
them as
movie,
such.
I'm pretty sure it's a live action movie. It's.
I'm beginning to think we
different
can make a
context.
pretty good Borderlands movie, guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We could do this, man. I've got
Are you
camera
willing to-
Do you
upstairs.
know what I'd do? I'd have.
Jonathan,
have-
are you willing to do real life stunts?
Obviously, yeah. No, you are.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
I
can't
will-
pay for a stunt.
Guys, do you know how brittle I am?
Yeah,
I
you,
will break.
Yeah.
but by real life stunts, we mean are we allowed to rip off your limbs and head
Yeah.
in real life? Like, can we cut you up a little bit?
Wait until near my next deadline and
Okay,
we'll see.
sure, yeah.
Tell you what, can we throw buzzsaws at you? I mean, we won't aim to hit, but I will.
Can we
tell
shoot
you
you
that.
with
But you're not that good at aiming.
I was gonna say I don't have much depth perception.
Can I ram you with my car and penis? Car.
I got excited after Ken around you, and then you said car.
But then I said penis and then car. Penis, car? Car. Penis.
Car then penis then car.
Yeah.
Your car penis.
Yeah, my car penis. My car-sized penis. Anyway,
No.
Or your penis-sized car.
Either one. It's a very small car.
So your penis that's shaped like a car.
It is. It's weird. It's very strange.
Anyway.
It's very wide. Right. The last piece of news is, I guess, news that makes perfect sense. There are no plans to release any additional fighters or fighter packs for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate once the second one is launched.
Oh, no.
That's it. They're
That
done
makes sense.
adding new fighters.
That's probably good.
The other piece of news, though,
But everyone is here.
they have said there are no plans to release another game after this one.
Yeah.
They're just going to continue supporting this game with updates and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It does, but I'm like, then just keep making characters. What else are you doing with your time? You have a whole department. For
This
Smash.
is the strange thing about Smash Ultimate doing what it's done, is that they've kind of given themselves nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Because any other game they created after this, you have to either put all the characters in, then add more,
Yeah.
or you're basically removing characters, which is sort of odd. Because you can't really do either. Because you can't keep adding more characters because then it just gets stupid.
Yeah.
But you can't remove characters because then people are like, well, you've already had one with all of them in.
Add new modes and new maps.
Yeah.
That's what they need to
Yeah,
do.
no.
There's not. I
They
know
need
there's
to
a lot
innovate
of
outside
maps.
the character roster, but
Yeah.
once this roster is done, they're essentially just done for all the characters.
Have you guys?
Yeah.
You guys have both played COD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you played Gun Game, the mode in COD?
Oh yeah.
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 Depending on.
Is that the
So
one-
you
which
start
one?
you start with a pistol, and with
And then
every
you
kill
kill,
you
you
get,
upgrade your
you
gun,
get a
yeah.
new gun.
Yeah.
I think a gun game type mode for Smash would be perfect. But instead of every time you get a kill, you get a new thing. Every time you die, you become another fighter,
Oh, yeah.
and you fight through
It's
the
like,
entire roster until
Overwatch with random heroes.
sure. But every time
Each time you die,
you then become a new fighter, and you can fight through the entire roster, or you can add certain characters
Yeah.
to almost like instant action on Battlefront. You can add as many characters as you want, or
No,
do the whole
absolutely.
thing, and then play against each other. I think that would be sick.
I think, what I think the best thing to do for them is essentially just leave it and for the rest of the duration of the Switch. Just be like, okay, that's the game now. And then when they bring out whatever's coming after the Switch, basically bring out Smash Ultimate or whatever they want to call it.
Smash
which is
Ultimate
basically-
2.
Which is basically Ultimate with all the DLC, and then add new game modes to it.
I'd be annoyed if they released Smash Ultimate,
Would you?
and it's just Smash Ultimate but with the DLC.
Yeah, but then they add.
I've
new
paid for
things-
the DLC.
But it'll have the things that you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because literally, in terms of characters, they've just done everything they
I
can
know.
You know who would be cool to have? In
Do not
Smash?
say Master Chief.
I was gonna say
Doom
Dante.
Guy.
Oh, Dante. Yeah. No, Doom Guy, not at all. He's so.
Doom Guy.
What is it with you guys and people with guns?
Here's the
in
thing,
Smash.
You could
do.
wait-
It's called
funny to think of
Smash.
the worst people to possibly put
Yeah,
in Smash.
Doom Guy would turn the rating for.
No, put in a Psycho from Borderlands. That would actually be really fun to play.
Here's
But
the
also,
thing, I don't think you could. Yeah, you can put Doom Guy in.
Just like you can't put
Smash.
Master Chief.
You can put Master Chief.
Put
Oh
a-
my god.
Put a demon in from Doom.
Literally anyone who asks for Master Chief can go off themselves. Can go game end
If
themselves.
Banjo Kazooie can get into Smash, Master Chief can.
I hate Banjo Kazooie.
Oh, I love Banjo.
Anyway.
Why did they put Batman in?
It's not. No.
Makes no sense.
Just randomly Batman.
And then Batman. Fully rendered like Arkham style as
Yeah.
well.
Why don't they just put a chicken from Skyrim?
They put a chicken from Zelda, then everyone would die.
Yeah.
You take any % damage and then just fucking Horde comes and kills.
Right, here we go.
go. Sorted.
You ready for the Oscars now?
Ah,
I was not listening to anything you just said.
I
by
thought
way,
we've had the
so-
Oscars, have
If you could see the expression on my face right now.
I can, it's not pretty, you don't want to see it.
What are you trying to say?
That
Are
expression.
you trying to say I'm ugly?
Yeah.
Are you implying that
Wow.
I'm fat?
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I mean, I can imply that you're fat.
You know what you
Oh.
I can start implying that you're fat.
Please
That's
don't.
what you want.
can do? You know what you can do, Tom?
Yes.
You can kick him off.
Oh, you're off. You're off, Owen.
Oh, sorry.
Fuck off, Owen. Get off the cast, Owen.
Not me.
Can't believe you suggest that. Jonathan's my favourite. Right. Are we ready for the Oscars? I tell you what. Do you guys know the results of the Oscars?
No, yeah,
You do.
I do.
Do you know?
I think I read it, but I forgot.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We're gonna play a little game. If it gets boring and Owen knows all
It's
the
gonna
results,
get boring, but yeah.
then we'll stop.
You didn't know who won Best Picture.
I'm gonna say a category. I'll give you the options, and then you tell me who you think won. You get a score up, okay? And
Oh, okay.
we'll see how many you get right.
Are we rating on my guessing ability?
Yeah, we'll see how many you
Hang
get
on.
right.
Here we go.
You have to let me finish. Don't guess prematurely. Right, you have to wait till I've finished reading it.
There's an ejaculation joke there, but I can't be asked to work it out.
I feel like it'd be quite simple to work out, really.
Probably,
That's
but
what
I'm
she
also
said.
I
tired.
feel like it's also in bad taste.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Some of us have struggled with that thing.
How would you know? Oh no, that turned into a coffee. Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Right, have you got the score up? You ready to score?
got a correct
Okay,
one.
let's go.
Alright, here we go.
Performance by an actor in leading role. Nominees:
Right.
Antonio Banderas in
Ooh.
Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time
It's not gonna be
in
good.
Hollywood, Adam Driver in Marriage Story, Joaquin Phoenix in Joker, or Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes.
Let's be honest. It's
Well,
probably Joaquin Phoenix.
Is that your final answer?
That's gonna be.
Do you
my
want to ask the
final
host?
Host.
No,
What
I'm
is
not
it?
telling you because I know the answer. Yes, you're right. Joaquin Phoenix as
Can I
Joker.
just point out, show you guys what my phone's suggesting as the next possible word?
The pirate's Pokemon.
The or pirates or Pokemon. What do I type in?
The Pirates of Pokemon.
The pirates Pokemon.
The pirate's Pokemon. Okay.
Right.
Performance by an
That's one
actor
correct.
in a supporting role.
Supporting. Okay,
Nominees:
Here we go.
Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood,
Oh.
Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes, Al Pacino in The Irishman,
Ooh.
Joe Pesci in The Irishman,
Ooh.
or Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I don't think he's gonna get this one.
I'm gonna go,
Hmm.
and only because I really, really liked this movie. I'm gonna go with Brad Pitt.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Correct again.
Holy
Well
shit,
done.
no, seriously.
Yeah.
Fuck me,
This one I don't think you're gonna
I
get.
would have actually expected it to be one of the Irishman things, but I couldn't make my mind. up
If I had to
between the
guess for that one, I'm having not seen any of them. I probably would have gone. I probably would have guessed Tom Hanks.
I would have said Tom Hanks as well, not now. Because apparently that movie is incredible. Performance by an actress in a leading role. I don't think you're going to know this one,
Okay.
but we'll see. Cynthia Erivo in
I don't
Harriet.
think you know what.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story. Saoirse Ronan, that's not a real name, her name's Saoirse Ronan in Little Women. Charlize Theron in Bombshell, or Renee Zellweger in Judy. What's your final answer?
See, I actually know the answer to this.
Do you?
because, my mum really likes that actress, and it's Renee Zellweger.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Is your mum correct?
My mum may be
Or
correct.
is her information wrong? Are you sure you want to go with what your mum said?
Yeah, I'm going.
Are you sure you want to go with what
Is
his
that
mum said?
pork pie?
What? Jonathan. I like how... What? I also like how, in order to do this game, I have to hold the phone away from Owen so he can't see the screen. But that means the only voices that are going to be picked up are mine and Jonathan's, because the microphone's here, I think, or somewhere, and your
We'll be
voice
fine.
isn't going to get picked up.
Yeah,
That'll
I'm
be
gonna,
fine.
I'm gonna go with my mum feeling No, that's wrong.
Yeah, don't say your mum
It
feeling.
was going to be a joke and gut feeling, but that's... Yeah, Renee Zellweger.
It's the correct answer. Well done.
Didn't I tell you that though? This weekend during the quiz.
You may have mentioned it.
I think I mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned it to you.
I know my mum mentioned it because she really likes the Bridget Jones movies. And she was really happy about
Judy
it.
wasn't very good, by the way. I saw
Judy.
it. It sucked. Bottoms.
I
Okay.
just really want Saoirse Ronan to get an Oscar.
Why? She's annoying and crap.
I
Moving on.
like her.
Performance by an actress in a supporting role. Nominees: Kathy Bates in Richard Jewell, Laura Dern in Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson in Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh, I think she's pronounced, in Little Women, or Margot Robbie in Bombshell.
Ooh.
Is he going to get this one?
I don't think it's Bombshell. So it's not Margot Robbie. What were the options again?
Kathy Bates in Richard Jewell, Laura Dern in Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson in Jojo Rabbit, Florence Pugh in Little Women, or Margot Robbie in Bombshell.
Okay, well, it's either going to be Little Women, Jojo Rabbit, or Marriage Story.
Okay.
I don't think it's Jojo Rabbit.
Interesting.
Now that I've said that.
The silence just allows Jonathan's eating to be picked up on the mic.
To
We have
be
to
honest-
constantly be talking while he's eating.
To be honest,
I think Kate will like the ambient noise.
I don't think. To be fair, there's a podcast with Richard Ayoade and someone else where they're on a plane and they just get peanuts halfway through the podcast and then they just start eating peanuts. It's really funny.
I was going to say, I'm not going to lie, I don't think you need the silence to be able to hear Jonathan eating.
Ooh. That was a harsh burn.
Honestly, I don't know why I'd care. It doesn't bother me. If
true.
you can hear me eat, then like, why would I give a shit?
That's very true. Well, you got to guess, man. You got to guess.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
with...
Mm.
Ooh. Actually, no, let's go with Scarlett Johansson and Jojo Rabbit.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Wrong!
Ah.
It's Laura Dern in Marriage
I would have
Story.
been amazed if you guessed that one.
Okay, best animated feature, film of the year. All right.
Give it to me.
How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World.
No, it's Sonic.
Yes, you're right. No. I Lost My Body,
Before
Klaus,
it came
which was actually a really good film.
Klaus is
Missing
really
Link or Toy Story 4.
It's not How to Train Your Dragon. It's not going to be Klaus.
You don't think?
Not enough people saw that.
Okay.
What were the other options again?
I Lost My Body, Missing Link or Toy Story 4.
I'm not going to say I Lost My Body because I don't have any idea what that movie is.
Therefore, it's wrong.
Therefore, it's wrong. No, I mean I can't make any. I mean, if it is that, then I can't make any.
Yeah,
decisions.
yeah, that's fair.
Toy Story 4, whatever. It's just Toy Story 4, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough.
So, with that, I guess Missing Link.
Is that your final answer?
Let's go with Missing Link.
It's clearly Toy Story 4.
Oh yeah, Toy Story 4 to me is the most obvious one of
You
the
realise
whole-
Disney own the company that hosts the Oscars, right?
Well, now you tell me.
Literally, I think Into the Spider-Verse was the first time Disney ever lost. Oh no, Shrek would it?
There was Shrek and I think some Studio Ghibli movies. Were.
Yeah, but like Toy Story 4 was never going to lose that.
All right, achievement in cinematography nominees.
It's me.
Yeah, you're right.
Sweet.
The Irishman by Rodrigo. I'm saying by as in the cinematographer.
Yeah.
Okay. By Rodrigo Prieto. Joker by Lawrence Sher. The Lighthouse by Jaron Blaschke. 1917 by Roger Deakins or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Robert Richardson.
1917.
Is that your final
Yeah,
answer?
it's going to be 1917.
Correct,
yeah.
well done.
Yeah, I mean that one of the
I
ones
think The
I'm really glad
Lighthouse
about.
should have got it.
No, I'm so glad 1917.
Have you seen the cinematography of The Lighthouse though?
The
No, to be
cinematography
fair, I
of The
haven't.
Lighthouse is
My God, my
really
guy. I mean, 1917, yeah, whatever they did. People have done it in one shot before. Who cares?
Yeah.
But
good.
The Lighthouse is something special.
Yeah,
I have
The
not seen a
Lighthouse.
movie like that.
Fair enough.
So our Oscars so far.
So how
You're
many?
doing good.
You're
You're
doing all right.
four correct, 2 wrong.
Oh,
I'm gonna do the categories that there's no way you would know unless you'd watched the Oscars or.
okay.
But I just want you to try and guess. Okay, I can try and give you a hint. I tell you what, I can cut down. I'll get rid of 2. If you're really stumped, I'll get rid of 2.
Okay. Let's go. Let's
So,
go, boy.
achievement in costume design: The Irishman, Sandy Powell and Christopher Peterson. Jojo Rabbit.
Maybe just say the film.
Yeah, say the
Yeah, but these poor people have worked so hard to get this Oscar.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. They're not
watching.
gonna give
They're
a shit
all
about this
watching.
podcast.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I probably will forget the names because there's too many names coming
Well,
out.
I'm sorry, Sandy Powell and Christopher Peterson, but nobody cares.
We
Well, I care, but nobody
If
else
you
cares.
just read out all the names as an apology.
Yeah. At the end, I'll do an apology. Okay.
Shout out to our Patreon.
Oh shit!
Sandy Powell and Christopher Peterson. Right, achievement in costume design. The Irishman.
Irishman,
Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit,
Joker.
Joker,
Little Women.
Little Women,
Or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. See, you said there's no way I'm gonna get this.
No, you could
I
get
could
it.
get it.
I'm just saying there might be some categories where you're like, I don't know how you'd know, because it's like costume design. Who would know?
Costume design.
But you can certainly guess.
You can see the costumes and go, that's good.
You can certainly guess, yeah.
Yeah. I would probably say, if it was me, out of those, I'd probably go with Jojo Rabbit.
Okay, is that your final answer?
But
Oh,
I don't think, it won a lot, Jojo Rabbit.
okay,
Don't
interesting.
He's digging deep into his knowledge
Yeah.
of what he does.
So,
Mm.
I'm going to go with...
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Little Women.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Whoa, what a guess!
No shit.
Yeah, Little Women won. Of course it did. There was loads of like fancy dresses and all
Yeah,
that. And
that's
it's a
that's
period
not
piece,
a
yeah.
surprise.
The thing
Yeah.
is, Jojo Rabbit is basically a period piece. So
Yeah.
the accuracy of the outfits, like all that stuff is amazing. But I don't think, like for me personally, I think that stuff probably should win. But at the same time,
I mean, Little Women's exactly the same.
Yeah, they're both period pieces. I feel
I
like
don't
with
know
Jojo Rabbit, it's a bit more muted though, isn't it? Little Women was very colourful. Whereas
Well,
Jojo Rabbit was a bit
here's the
more
thing
depressing.
though, with the difference between that is like with the costume design in something like Jojo Rabbit, you have to stick very much to regulations while also creating a costume that sort of embodies what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
character
yeah,
is,
sure.
which I think is a lot more difficult than having a free reign of okay, here's the general style,
Yeah,
and
sure.
then pick and choose.
Well,
Sure.
I don't think it's just giving him a whole general style. I think it's you still got to tailor it to
Yes,
who the character
characters,
is,
but
and
you-
also their things like their place in the class system, all this, all that.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I don't think it's any different really.
Either way, Little Women won. There you go. Achievement in directing, and this one I'm going to read the names out because I feel like
Yeah.
you might know directors.
yeah. We can do it. Let's go.
I'll do the names. The Irishman by Martin Scorsese. Joker by Todd Phillips. 1917 by Sam Mendes. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino. Or Parasite by Bong Joon-ho.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with Parasite.
By Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Ooh. Actually, it's between 1917 and
Uh-huh.
Parasite.
No, you've seen 1917, haven't you?
I have seen.
So you can
1917.
attest to the quality of directing.
That I can, but I've also heard a hell of a lot of buzz about Parasite.
That's true, but that's because it won a certain category which you know.
Yeah, it'll be foreign film, isn't it?
No, as in it won Best Picture. But I literally told you that.
We
like,
did literally tell you.
40 minutes ago, so I'm going to give you that one. But it got big buzz because it won that one.
Okay. No, I'm gonna go with 1917 then.
Okay, is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
It's Parasite.
You literally just talked him down. for it.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
said
man.
point.
No, man.
So I was gonna go with it.
No, your final answer was.
Piece of
Okay, best documentary feature nominees. I don't know if you're going to know this one, but we'll do it anyway.
We'll try it.
Try and be quick. American Factory, The Cave, The Edge of Democracy, For Summer, or Honeyland.
Stick to the last one.
Honeyland,
No, the one before.
For Summer.
Yeah, why not? Let's go with that one.
Incorrect. It's American Factory.
God, I would have been so. I would have
Which
been actually pissed
was
off. if you
produced
got that.
by the Obamas.
Oh.
Which is probably why I won.
Yeah, probably.
Best documentary short. There's zero way you're going to know this, but
Let's go for it.
In the Absence, Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone, If You're a Girl, Life Overtakes Me, St. Louis Superman, or Walk, Run, Cha-Cha.
Skateboard mod.
Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone, If You're a Girl.
Yeah, skateboard's
Is that
right.
your final answer?
Yeah, let's go with it.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, sweet!
Okay, achieving in film
For
editing.
best title.
Achievement in
right?
film editing. We've got Ford versus Ferrari,
Ooh,
The Irishman,
ooh,
Jojo Rabbit,
ooh,
Joker,
ooh,
or Parasite.
ooh. The thing is, I'm going to say Parasite, but you
Okay.
fucked me over so many times with Parasite.
Are you sure it's Parasite? Is that your final answer?
Don't say it like that.
I'm just saying, it might be
You'd
Parasite
be
or
the
it might
worst
not be
host for
Parasite.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Are you
Or
sure?
the best.
Yeah, or the
That would be
best.
amazing. Tom just psyching out everyone.
Are you sure that's
No
your
one
final
would
answer?
win and everyone would hate him.
Yeah.
They had a new lifeline that's just Tom shuts up after you've given an answer.
So editing, right?
Yeah. You sure Parasite?
Fuck it, why not? Let's give something to Parasite. Yeah.
You think it's Parasite?
I mean, give something to Parasite. It's won 2 fucking categories.
We've already established.
Yeah. Is that your final answer,
Um,
Parasite?
Yeah, let's go Parasite. What was it?
It's Ford versus Ferrari.
Do you want the current
Yeah.
score update?
Yeah, why not?
He is 6 correct, 5 wrong.
Ooh. Okay, we've got Best International Feature Film of the Year, aka
Parasite.
Best Foreign Film. Let me read the fucking words. It might not even be on here. Okay, we've got
Parasite.
Corpus Christi, Honeyland, Les Miserables.
Les Mis?
I don't know why that's there. I
I'm
guess
guessing someone in a different. Wait,
Maybe-
what's the category?
this is Best International Feature Film.
Okay, so a different country made their own Les Mis film. Apparently.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah,
I don't know why I thought the
Yeah,
Americans, the Americans
it's not
are
like
the
they
only
made
one
one
that are
and
allowed to
everyone
do.
else is like, well, we can't touch it now.
People can do that, you know.
Yeah, it's also
It's also a French film.
yeah, it's French,
French book, I
yeah.
meant.
And this is a French film.
It's
Um,
the Open Creative Commons.
I'll go through it again. Corpus Christi,
Parasite.
Honeyland, Les Miserables, Pain and Glory, or your favourite one, Parasite.
It's Parasite.
You think Parasite won best foreign film?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure though? I'm trying to help you here. Are you sure it's Parasite?
It's Parasite.
Is that your final answer?
Fucking why not?
You're right. It's Parasite. Well done.
Imagine if it wasn't.
I know.
Yeah, how can it be in
The best film ever, but not the best foreign film.
Yeah.
Right. Achievement in makeup and hairstyling.
Jonathan.
Jonathan is the best achievement in makeup.
That's
and
how
hairstyling.
bad it can be. Oh, a burning.
He
I
looks
know,
so
Jonathan's
sad.
walking out the door. He's got a noose.
Why would you do that?
He's stepping on a chair.
No, don't. This is too sad.
No, Jonathan,
This has gotten
stop!
grim.
No, don't kick the chair, no!
I don't know, why
I'm
why
fine.
why did you both think that would be acceptable content for a podcast?
Yeah, Owen, Jesus!
Sorry,
I
I'm not
said
the one.
And then
both
he-
of you.
And then you made them strangling noises, they were bad.
That was
Yeah.
you, Jonathan. Jonathan, I've gone on the record and saying that was you.
That's
Yeah.
a lie.
You can't prove. You can. I guess I can't prove it. but I'm the host, and everything I say is right. So
Anyway, let's move on.
achievement
from
in
that
makeup
one.
and hairstyling,
Us for that
which
bit.
was originally,
That was not a good bit, Owen.
which was originally.
That's one of the bits that made me go, man, I wish Tom edited these.
I might do. You never know. I
You
think.
won't. You say that. You don't.
Hey,
The fact
I've
that
edited
we-
stuff out in the
The
past.
fact that we've now talked about it.
This was the only thing that Suicide Squad won was makeup and hairstyling. So you know it's a reputable.
I thought you
category.
meant this year. I was like, what?
No, yeah, when it was that. Okay, we've got
What we got?
Bombshell,
Bombshell.
Joker,
Joker.
Judy,
Judy.
Maleficent Mistress of Evil, or 1917. My laughter is a hint. It's not that. There you go. I'm scrapping that one. So it's either Bombshell, Joker, Judy, or 1917.
Can you break it down for me?
We've got
What more do you want?
we've got Bombshell.
Tom said before that if I can't.
Okay, I'll get rid of another one.
All right.
It's not Judy. So
not
it's
Judy.
either Bombshell, Joker, or 1917.
Ooh, let's go. Let's go Bombshell.
So final answer.
Final answer.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, Tom. Now, when you say, "Are you sure?" it just makes it seem more like it's it.
I'm trying to help out. Yes, you're right. It's Bombshell.
So it was it.
Yeah. Okay. Achievement in music, written for motion pictures, aka original score. We have Joker,
Joker.
Little Women,
Little Women.
Marriage Story.
Marriage Story.
Marriage Story was Randy Newman, and 1917 was Thomas Newman.
Them humans get around, eh?
Yeah, but you know who what Randy Newman, didn't you?
Did Toy Story?
He did Toy Story. Yeah.
You got a friend.
Yeah, that's Randy
in me.
Newman.
What are you talking about? That was Woody. Woody wrote that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it was Woody.
Yeah.
Yes, his penis did write it.
Okay. Anyway, we got Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, or Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker by
It's
John
gotta be
Williams.
Star Wars.
You think
It's
Star
John
Wars?
Williams.
Final answer?
Yeah.
What?
Joker won it.
Joker. In fact,
Bullshit is
Joker
that?
is Joker had an amazing soundtrack.
I mean, yeah.
Joker
John
was
Williams.
they're so proud of their win that they're now doing a big screening of it with an orchestra playing the soundtrack.
I mean,
It's
fair to
fucking
them.
I really want to
wild.
see that. Achievement in music written for motion pictures, original song. Okay, I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away from Toy Story 4 by Randy Newman. I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man by Elton John and Journey Taupin. I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough by Diane Warren. Into the Unknown.
What?
I was going to say by Frozen 2, but by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez. Or Stand Up from Harriet by Joshua, Brian Campbell, and Cynthia Erivo. Hey, Cynthia Erivo's back. Sick.
Mate,
Great.
I got no fucking idea.
Do you want me to get rid of 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting rid of Stand Up and I'm Standing With You. So it's either I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away from Toy Story 4,
Yep.
I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man, or Into the Unknown from Frozen 2.
Let's go Rocket Man.
You think it's Rocket Man? I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Still looking at it like
Are you sure?
Are you asking me a question about this quiz or are you hitting on me?
Both. You're right, it's Rocket Man.
When people hit on you, do they normally just go, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" over and over again? Because that explains a lot.
Alright, I bet you can't guess this
I
one.
wonder why the police were always around soon after.
Best motion picture of the year, but you cannot guess
Parasite.
this one. We've got Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, 17.
No, it's Parasite.
Sorry, that's one in wrong.
No, it's fine. I'm only messing. I just didn't read that out of place. Yeah, it's Parasite. But we told you that.
Yeah.
Okay, achievement in production design.
Oh god.
Now we're just getting
Here we go, come on, let's
All right,
go.
we've got The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or Parasite. If you want, like, an understanding of what production design is, what I believe it is anyway, it's...
You did a degree in this.
No, I did the degree in film, not production design. It's like sets and, like, the kind of look of the film outside of cinematography. So basically, what had the best sets, I think is what it's saying. Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or Parasite.
Let's go with 1917.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
No, it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Ah, hot damn.
Score update.
Yeah, go on then.
What we got?
He's hit 10 right,
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
but he's got 7 wrong.
Oh, okay, you're ahead.
I'm ahead.
But we're getting
I
into
don't know
some...
what. I don't. None of this really means anything.
No, it does, because at the end, if he gets more wrong than good, he's off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
the
off.
cast.
Well, that's
Not only that, but he owes us both 50 quid.
What?
I mean, he already owes me 33 quid.
Well, there you go. He owes you 83 quid. All right, you ready? Best animated short film. Okay, we've got
Parasite.
All right, I'll put it down.
DCERA or Daughter, Hair Love, Kit Bull, Memorable, or Sister.
You're gonna have to.
I can't get rid of any. There's not enough responses for me to get rid of.
Give it
two.
a 1.
Okay, I'll get rid of one. It's not Kit Bull.
Okay, so what do we have then?
Daughter, Hair Love, Memorable, or Sister.
Daughter, Hell of, Memorable, or Sister. You're really telling me a lot here.
Well, yeah.
That's all we can tell you. I've not seen any of these.
Let's
Have you
go...
not? I've seen the winner.
Have you?
Yeah, I watched it because it's just on YouTube.
Oh, no way. Cool. Was it any good?
Yeah, it was a nice little.
Cool.
Let's go with Daughter.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, why not?
No, it's Hair Love.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's basically this video of this little black girl with lots of hair trying to get ready, but she's struggling, and her mum's got cancer.
Oh!
Where are you going?
I'm going to the toilet, by the way.
Shall I pause the cast while you're away? We can't do this.
You can keep. I'm gonna slurp some freaking hard.
He's gonna be slurping cock all night long.
So, Jonathan,
Anyway,
you
carry
voted for
on.
Brexit, right?
Fuck off.
Yeah. What's that about? Why did you vote for Brexit?
Well, I just,
Do you like Boris Johnson?
I just want control of our country back.
Are you in support of Boris Johnson deporting thousands of people from the UK?
Like me.
Right, this ain't even funny. I don't like this. I don't even like pretending.
Okay, I apologise. Welcome back. So what happened was,
Jonathan decided to...
Jonathan went to the toilet and that broke the universe.
Yeah.
Because for some reason our podcast stopped recording the second I went back onto the app, which makes perfect sense. Not even pause, just stopped recording. So now...
So do you want me to get it up on my phone so you don't have to leave the app again?
That is fine.
No, it's okay.
So Jonathan had
Oh yeah, whatever, you know.
had a fun little time in the bathroom, then decided to make himself a 4-course meal.
Yeah, so now
I
Jonathan...
made myself a cup of tea.
You'll hear Jonathan slurp away. Slap, slap,
Oh,
slap.
delicious.
Okay, right, let's get back to the Oscars.
What's that?
What did we... Okay, best live action short film. Nominees. Brotherhood. Nefta Football
That
Club.
one.
The Neighbour's Window.
That one.
Saria. Or A Sister.
Second to last one.
Saria.
Yeah, that one.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, why not?
Incorrect.
Hey.
This is where Owen just gets bored of this and just starts because they're random anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, achievement in sound editing. This is a big one. Ford versus Ferrari.
That one.
Joker. 1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Or Star Wars: The Rise of
The
Skywalker.
first one.
You think it's Ford versus
Yeah,
Ferrari?
I mean, even if it is that last one, I'm not.
Gonna
picking
guess it.
Yeah, so first one.
Correct. How the fuck did you guess
Fucking
that?
hell, that was.
Did you know that one?
It's cars.
That's true.
It's gonna if it's gonna be anything
That's
like
true.
sound design related, it's
Yeah.
either gonna be 1917 because it's like the amount of focus you have to put in to the ambient
Yeah.
sounds of war. That last one, but of course I'm not going to choose that because I hate it. And Ford versus Ferrari, which is the ambient sounds of racetrack.
I have
Very
to say,
true.
for something that's done by Disney, they really don't want to give Star Wars anything.
Alright, achievement in sound mixing. We've got Star Wars: A Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars: A Rise of Skywalker.
God damn it.
Star Wars. Alright, we've got Ad Astra, Ford versus Ferrari, Joker, 1917, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is for sound mixing, achievement in sound mixing. Yeah.
You be him again?
Ad Astra, Ford
Astra.
versus Ferrari, Joker, 1917, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Let's go with 1917.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Fuck
What a
off.
legend. Well done.
Oh
No,
yes.
sorry. Right, do you know the difference between sound design and sound mixing?
Yes.
Yeah.
But do you know in the films, like...
Well, sound
well enough, they
editing and
could be
sound
like-
mixing, yeah, they're very different things.
Yeah.
But, like, do you know the films well enough to be able to go, that's...
Jonathan, this is getting to you too much.
Yeah.
Alright, we've got achievements.
No, it's not getting to me. I just find it incredible how many he's
Yeah,
getting
no.
right.
Achievement in visual
I'm
effects.
shocked too, to be perfectly
He
honest.
secretly looked at the Oscars.
No, I
before,
generally
To be
haven't.
fair, he does have the advantage of it still being after the Oscars.
Like, there's only two things about the Oscars that I knew off straight away. The
Yeah.
Renee Zellweger one,
Yeah.
and the fact that Kathleen Kennedy got some sort of reward that she doesn't deserve.
There we go. Fair enough. Alright, achievement in visual effects nominees. We've got Avengers Endgame, The Irishman, The Lion King, 1917, or Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
I mean, that's hard one.
It is actually there. I'm not making that one up.
No, I am just
Alright.
reading. I just want to see what won because I don't know.
I mean, as much as I hate Star Wars movie,
Hmm.
it did have good visual effects. But then again, if it's on a technical episode, you got all the de-aging
The
stuff.
problem is also, imagine the shame if you guessed Skywalker and it wasn't.
I know.
It didn't win.
So I'm gonna have to guess Avengers.
Avengers Endgame for achievement in visual effects nominees.
Yeah, why not?
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Uh-uh.
What was it?
1917.
I really wanted you to guess Star Wars.
Okay, we've got two here
With
that you
all my
actually.
It was
heart.
1970. I completely forgot you said 1917 for that list.
Well, there you go. You should listen more. Okay, we've got two big ones here. The screenplay nominees. We've got adapted screenplay. Okay, do you know what that means?
Yeah.
The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, or The Two Popes.
Little one.
Is that your final answer? That was. You sure about that one?
Yeah, I'm sure about that. Let's give it a little one.
It's Jojo
It's
Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit.
Oh,
That's Taika Waititi's one. That was his big
That's
win.
the only one that he won. So if Jojo Rabbit comes up later, oh no, this is the very last one. The very last category is
Oh, wait. He's 12 correct to 11 wrong.
if you get this one wrong, Owen, you owe us both 50 quid and you're off the cast.
That's the rules that we definitely set up before.
Yeah, it was definitely that and not if you get more wrong than right.
Damn it.
Okay, original screenplay nominees.
Oh shit.
Knives Out, written by
Knives
Ryan
Out.
Johnson.
It's nose out.
Oh my god, let me finish the rest. Marriage Story, written by Noah Baumbach. 1917, written by Sam Mendes and Christy Wilson Keynes. Once Upon a Time, written by Quentin Tarantino. Or Parasite, written by
Oh, shit,
Bong
Parasite's
Joon-ho
in there.
and Han Jin-won.
Everything the Parasite did is like,
God damn it. Oh, well, also 1917's in there. Shit. Let's go for that gut feeling. Let's go Knives Out.
Is that your final
That's my
answer?
final answer.
So I'll put it in the wrong category there.
It's Parasite!
Fuck off, Parasite.
It is. I apologise profusely,
Nah,
but it's
who cares?
Parasite.
Who cares?
Parasite won the most awards, and I think they won 4.
Yeah, they won 4.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I did pretty well though.
Yeah, 12 right out of 24 is pretty good.
Half right.
Yeah, that's very
Not
good.
bad.
For especially as you hadn't seen the Oscars before or knew
No.
anything about it, or had seen half the films that were nominated. So that's pretty good, man. That's
Thank
pretty
you.
good. There was some that you got right, and I was just like, eh. And then there's
some
some
of
that
them
you
were
got
definitely
wrong.
just random guesses.
Yeah, but like good random guesses. So
Yeah.
like it's
I
hard
mean-
to guess because if you haven't seen them, then they
It
could
is
all be
hard
just
to
as good
guess,
as yeah. Very good, my guy. Well done. Is it still? It's still recording, boys. We're still on it.
Yes. So that's our Oscars game show over.
Yeah, except our main topic wasn't even the Oscars. We still got another topic to discuss.
No. Yeah.
Oh
We're
yeah.
talking about story in video games. A complete left turn in
yeah.
tone and like.
It is.
Does anyone want to say anything else about the Oscars? What do people think about Parasite winning?
Oh, so
for
I
example?
saw Parasite. In fact,
Yes.
I think I've seen all the films that were nominated for Best Picture. Let me have a look. Best Motion. I didn't see Ford vs Ferrari, or The Irishman, or Little Women, or Marriage Story, or Once Upon. Okay, I saw 2 of the films, 3 of the
Oh
films.
my God,
I saw
that's
3 of
so-
the films. Look, I think Parasite was incredible, and I'll talk about it in the What We've Been Watching segment. The only other film out of the 3 that I saw, which was Jojo Rabbit, Joker, and Parasite, that I thought came close to worthy of it was Joker. But after I saw Parasite, I had to agree that was incredible. But apparently Marriage Story is really good. Little Women is supposed to be great.
Marriage Story is one of those films everyone says is
Doesn't
good,
matter,
but
Marriage-
does not interest me in any way because it just looks like it's a film about people hating each other.
That's what it's about. Apparently it's based on Noah Baumbach's real life.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those films that I'm like, I don't
It's
I don't think I'll
a drama.
take enjoyment out of this.
It's a drama movie. It's very like
It's a tragedy. Drama.
like
tragedy.
you've got movies that are like adventure but have drama in, or action have
Yeah.
drama in, or romance with drama.
Yeah.
This is pure drama.
They do not interest
Are
me.
we
They do not interest me at all.
are we all pleased that Parasite won, even for just a kind of like
I mean,
historical?
I've not seen it, so I can't judge the quality of the film, but I've heard great things about it, and it's a good step forward for the industry to be accepting more.
I think so too. I don't think this is a sign that more foreign movies are going to win, but I
No,
think
but
it's a
just-
sign that more foreign movies will be nominated.
Yeah,
I mean,
here's the thing: it's always going to be stacked against foreign movies for the pure, simple fact that Hollywood is pretty much. I mean, it is American.
Yeah.
It's the American Movie Awards. I mean, that's just the
I know.
way it is. It's that market. So like, I mean, complaints against. I mean, I get what you mean because American movies and like Western movies are very much worldwide.
I think yeah.
At the same time, it is that market. so there's
American
not much
America
to
is very.
complain about.
I mean, America and England, but since it's American,
Oh, Western.
Okay, they're
Western.
yeah, Western markets just are not used to sort of taking in like just things from like with subtitles and shit. They're just not used to. I mean, obviously there are people like Tom that love like Japanese shows and
Love 'em.
all that stuff and love, but like as a general thing, it's just
What is it with people against fucking subtitles, man?
well because
I put subtitles on English.
I
yeah.
have subtitles on everything.
I put subtitles on.
What's
everything.
so difficult about watching subtitles? People are just
you know well,
pussies.
Yeah.
there's no
Lazy
real reason
pussies.
why.
If I hear an actor say something, I would read it too.
There's
Yeah.
So I'm
no
not
real
lazy.
reason why good films from East that are made in like Asia and other countries that aren't Western can like. There's no reason they shouldn't be able to be big
No,
in
no,
America.
no.
Yeah,
I think-
it's just how the market works, though. I mean, it's
Parasite-
Yeah, the market
it's
can change.
distribution.
Parasite had a really good marketing campaign in the UK and America. I think it was produced by the BFI, I think, or they helped distribute it in the UK, as well as Curzon Artificial Eye, which are the big like indie kind of sort of artsy movie like distributors. And I think that's helped it significantly make its place in Western audiences. But a lot of people are like, this is historic, right? This is amazing. The thing is, other film festivals like Cannes and the Berlin Film Festival and the Venice Film Festival
Yeah.
let anyone win. It can be
Yeah.
American or
Yeah.
foreign. The Oscars are behind. There's like
Yeah, well,
it's
absolutely.
insane how
Well,
much
no,
praise it's getting.
The thing is, I think the Oscars are just there's no the Oscars is there. I don't really care about them.
No.
But I think the best outcome of it is people will see it, and hopefully a lot of people go, okay, let's watch it.
Yeah.
And then they'll watch it, and then they'll be more open to watching more.
Yeah, I
like
think- I hope
Here's the
so
thing:
too.
the Oscars is fundamentally an award show for
it's very corporate.
it's for that corporate marketplace.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
because it is doesn't mean we have to. Because I mean, that's not how they market themselves.
Yeah,
Oscars
but how they-
market themselves as being so if that's how they present themselves, then we get to judge them for that.
Apparently, though, the Oscars are severely losing viewership there. I think it's becoming a bit like E3 because nobody watches TV anymore. Everyone's
No.
online. People aren't, and I don't think they were streaming it until recently. People aren't like paying attention to the Oscars anymore.
It also, yeah, I mean,
But did you see
People
some of
in
the
England,
racist
it's not-
comments that were made?
and
Someone was annoyed that Bong Joon-ho gave his speech in Korean. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's the guy who's
Unbelievable.
What do you fucking
Yeah,
expect?
he speaks English, but not like well, which is
Yeah.
fine because he's Korean.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
and he,
like-
it's
he
not
does
like
not need to speak any
yeah,
English.
it's not like he went up there and just spoke in Korean and there was no English like translation, which probably would be fine anyway. But yeah, he had an English translator who translated everything he said anyway. So I'm
It's
not
his
sure what
speech.
people.
That guy could have just spoken gobbledygook for. He could have just like bloody just said absolutely not. Like it's his time.
I know,
Let him
innit?
say what he wants.
And also, somebody asked him why he made the film in Korean. Why do you think?
Because he's Korean.
Fucking
It's
moron.
like, fucking hell.
Unbelievable, man. There's some stupid people out there. Anyway, Parasite, I'm very happy won. And I'm glad Joaquin Phoenix won for Best Actor because I thought he was
Yeah, he
really
deserves
talented. I
it.
thought he was
He
really
does.
good in
He
that.
does an Oscar.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
He deserves an Oscar. I'm not sure if it's that one.
Well,
I thought he was really good in it.
no, I
Yeah.
thought it was really good in it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
It's
I mean,
not-
Did you think he was better than like Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time?
I
Or?
haven't seen it.
Well then,
It's not a performance that I'd have left and went give that man an Oscar right now.
right.
Maybe it
Well,
was when I left, but the more I
for
thought
Joaquin
about it, the
Phoenix,
less I'm
I see.
like.
No, I'm completely opposite.
Yeah,
I
it was.
think-
I had the same
like,
feeling when I
it's-
saw.
I swear we had the
similar-
opposite opinions when we first talked about this. I thought
Yes.
you
I
were
thought we
like-
all liked it, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah.
No, we all liked it, but I swear at one point I remember one of you saying like his performance near the end was less. I might be. making-
Oh,
Oh,
I
we
I
were
think we
talking- I
commented
think we were
about how
talking
he
about The
suddenly
Voice.
became really like camp for no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Like
He's suddenly like really high pitched and
yeah.
like.
But I mean, I was
weird.
completely like he deserves definitely awards.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
think so too.
You just don't see like method acting that strong anymore, and it's really it's kind of an art form.
Yeah, I thought he was really
There's
talented.
I mean, there's so many discussions about how people make
Yeah.
the Joker is.
I
crazy.
I felt the same way that I felt about Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant when I came out of seeing the Oscar. I was like, wow, that was a great performance. But have you seen how the
Like-
Joker has not?
What is it?
It's
There's
just
still...
after it came out, everyone was like, yeah, it's good or whatever, and then it just got destroyed in the media by journalists and whatever who were claiming that it's like,
Yeah.
it's I don't yeah.
Journalists really wanted something terrible to happen around that film just so they could slate it, but it was just a film that came out and nothing happened. And
Yeah.
people was like,
I was talking
okay.
to my brother about it recently, and we both said like we saw it, enjoyed it, and still have the same feelings about it despite everything that came out because we just like enjoyed it as a movie,
yeah.
But yeah, anyway, Joker, well done, Joker. Should we give a round of applause to all the Oscar winners who are patrons as well? Brad Pitt is a patron. He produces this podcast, which is why we've got such a lavish set.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
microphone's actually really good.
I'm
you just can't
sitting
tell.
here on my Emerald Tiger.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're all.
We actually record this on like £1 million microphone, but then we downgrade the audio quality to give it a more like
To seem more
lo-fi
humble,
feel.
yeah.
A rustic edge.
Yeah.
I'm actually sat on Brad Pitt right now.
Yeah.
He is my seat.
Which is wild because he is naked as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is here. Hey, Nick.
Anyway,
Jonathan, pass me the caviar.
I
No, don't throw it at Nick Cage.
don't understand caviar. Is
No,
it fish?
It's fish eggs.
It's just fish eggs.
Fucking weirdos, man. Weirdos will eat anything.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things that people just tell you it's fancy, and then fancy people go.
Have you seen,
okay.
like,
pesto.
You can get burgers for like thousands of pounds or whatever, and then it's just a normal burger, but then it'll have like a leaf of gold on it,
Yeah.
and you just think,
You can't even eat it.
why?
Basically you go to a rich person and go, hey, have this. Poor people can't have it, and then they just love it.
Yeah. Although this guy went to meet Bill Gates recently to talk to him about like kind of plant alternative like food to meat and stuff. And apparently, in like a previous episode that he did, he just gave Bill Gates these like pizza like rolls, and Bill Gates just like loved him. Apparently, he's just like eating all these pizza rolls. So Bill Gates, who's an absolute legend and a great guy,
There he is.
please don't have a sex scandal, man. I know you're. I know you're a patron,
2020.
but come on, man. It's it's gonna happen at some point. Fucking.
No.
It's. Do you see what happened to Harvey Weinstein recently?
What he got?
He's finally gotten found
Yeah,
guilty.
he's
Yeah.
got. Yeah.
He's off. He's off to the slammer.
Well, he's off.
Fuck you, Harvey
He's
Weinstein.
at this point got a minimum of 5 years, but he's got more trials in different states.
Yeah, that guy is a fucking crook. But do you know what I mean? Like, it came out about Aziz Ansari, who's like a sweet
Really?
guy. Yeah, it wasn't like
I don't remember.
it wasn't the same level as Harvey Weinstein, but this like woman, I can't remember what it was, but anyway, like it came out about a lot of good people, and I feel like Bill Gates is in like a position of power. Do you know what I mean? And it's like
That's a weird statement though, because that's basically saying if you're in a position of power, you're going to sexually harass someone.
Harvey Weinstein, man.
Yeah, but that's not a rule. That's...
No, but a lot of people who were like Kevin
like-
Spacey and people like that, everyone who was like involved with it had some kind of position of authority.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean.
Here's the thing.
I mean, you have to have
you
a
get
position
into
of
that
authority.
culture, and then you just end up getting roped into it, whether you want it or not, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
No.
accusing... Wait, hang on a minute. What did you just say?
Well, you get into that culture, and
Yeah.
you end up getting roped into it just to try and survive within that culture.
Well,
Dude.
I think I know what you mean, but not entirely. So...
It's peer pressure. It's peer pressure.
I'm not enjoying this conversation,
Yeah,
guys.
me neither. Me neither. It's... I think...
I'm not. Like,
I think-
defending these
No,
actions. But I'm saying like
are you saying
it is
this
very...
is the case for the people who are victims or the people who are perpetrators? Because the
I think he's
victims...
talking about the perpetrators.
The victims are certainly peer pressured into it. A lot of people like Kevin Spacey, for
well,
example.
that's the whole thing of
Yeah.
abusing your power.
Yeah, the people who like he manipulated and did unfortunate things to, they were like young and upcoming actors that wanted roles, and they agreed to do whatever he said because he was a big actor. So they're certainly victims, and they're certainly peer pressured into it. But I don't think Kevin Spacey was peer pressured into
Well,
fiddling
you
some
end up
dudes.
you get into those.
Yeah.
But like you get into those circles due to the people you know, and you end up like
I think that's the case
Do you
for
know what I
people
mean?
like
No.
what was that, Epstein or whatever he was called.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People like that but that's not peer pressure. That's just having a shit ton of money and starting weird groups with all your crazy friends. I think like the people like Kevin Spacey and stuff, that was just isolated incidents where they were just horrible people who abused their power because they thought they could get away with it. And then people eventually, because of social media and all that, which is why it's so great at times, were able to come out and like talk about it and be heard because social media can get like likes and everyone gets like traction about it and stuff. So I think like in that instance, but it's just unfortunate. It's just good that people like Weinstein are finally getting found guilty, because Kevin Spacey, all charges were dropped against him.
seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
back doing shit now.
well, he's not. I don't think he's gonna get any work, but
No.
yeah, he's back in the normal world. He's doing whatever. But I feel like it's
He's
good that
rich,
Weinstein
he'll be
and
fine.
people like that actually do get found guilty, and there's some justice for people. It's like Louis C.K. and people like that. It's just, yeah, it's totally messed up, man. But narrative in video games, on the other hand, is not messed up, and that's what we're about to talk about.
What a segue.
Please edit that bit out.
Yeah, that was like 9
Oh.
minutes of talk about Me Too.
How long are we doing on this podcast, by the way?
How are we doing?
How long?
Great. We're doing great on this podcast.
How long? What time?
So
I
it
think
was-
we're all doing
I
fine.
think we were on an hour and 22 before it stopped, and we've just done 20 now. So we're on an hour and 42 minutes.
Yeah.
What was that? Yeah. That was the sort of like, yeah, I'm done now. I'm done.
Because I'm thinking we can definitely talk for like an hour and a half about.
Narrative
Yes.
in video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a conversation I'm really interested in.
Yeah, me too. Do you want to save it for another episode?
I
or
think we
keep going with it.
we
I'm happy to do either. I mean, I've got other than cleaning to do today.
I'm happy to put it on the back pedal for the next episode and just have a full episode of chatting about narrative in video games. We could come up with.
What, you want to drop news and
No.
Leo-
No.
Yeah,
it's-
what-
Fuck it, yeah, let's drop news.
What do you mean, fuck it? No, I work long and hard to get that news. Alright? I'm the host, I decide what's
Yeah, okay,
up.
well, should we just go straight to... We'll say Oscars is...
Well, yeah, we'll call it
Yeah,
Oscars.
well,
Yeah. We'll do narrative in video games next episode though, for
Because
sure.
I feel like we can definitely like do a full hour and 30.
I think the problem
Conversation
is
about
that
Like, it's such a wide.
I could
yeah.
keep on talking now, but I think the problem is
Oh,
that
please don't.
Well, people keep listening.
no, it's not that. It's trying to remain entertaining while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like we can have conversations like about that Me Too shit and stuff, but we can have serious conversations and stuff. Where when it's on a podcast, it gets a bit depressing.
Yeah.
And it gets a bit difficult. And
Yeah.
and trying to talk about something interesting
'Cause-
while being entertaining
Because
is difficult.
think of the masses who listen to this podcast.
So many people
and
listen to this
find
podcast.
joy and
Yeah, but the thing is,
sense
right,
of escapism.
what's going to happen is we'll be like, it'll be like the Romans, right? The Romans won like every battle they were in. They just conquered the world. And then they got lazy, right? Because they thought we're super powerful. We don't care.
Actually, they split their empire in two.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's another thing. But anyway, and then the Goths came up and
The
they
Goths?
just the Goths, yeah, which were German
Actually, it was the Vandals.
well, it was also the Goths.
No,
so
it
up
was the
yours.
gods. We'll carry on.
They
Well,
came and they destroyed the Romans because they got lazy and stopped
Well,
doing
it
cool
wasn't the
formations.
Goths, it was the Visigoths.
Well, do you want to go up
And
yourself?
it was
because
the Vandals who sacked Rome.
No,
Yeah.
it was, it
But
was
what
the
I'm-
goths. that
what I'm
destroyed
referring
Rome.
to-
Shut up with
It
your
was-
aesthetic.
me and Jonathan agree that it was definitely the Goths. He may be thinking of other Goths, but it was definitely the Goths nonetheless.
Either way, we can agree on
Yeah.
something, kind of.
Anyway,
the Roman Empire didn't technically fall. It just became the Byzantine Empire.
well, yeah. Well, actually, it was the Holy Roman
I
Empire.
mean, that's like
so
saying-
No, that's
up yours.
Germany.
Yeah, which you know. Well, no, it became
Fight me
there
on
was
this,
two.
Tom.
There was two because there was
Yeah.
the East and the West Empire.
Yeah.
And the Holy Roman Empire was the Western Roman Empire.
Anyway, welcome to the newest episode of our history podcast.
Oh,
you say
yeah,
no?
Where we don't
You
know
just
any
said
history,
no.
but we
I'm
argue
right.
about it anyway.
I'm well up for doing a history.
You know what's
podcast.
bad though? My dad specializes in German history, especially the Holy Roman Empire. He's written numerous books on it. So
Yeah.
if I get it wrong, I've let my
I
dad
feel like
down
we should do a
again.
history podcast where we talk about bits of history, but we don't do any research. We just kind of guess.
I feel like that would
like-
actually be hilarious though.
It would
The
be
problem
really
is though,
fun.
I think Owen knows too much about stuff.
Yeah.
That he'd probably correct us and then it would lose
Oh
the,
wait, what
the
about
hilarity.
this? What about
Yeah.
how's this for an idea for a podcast game show?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so each
Guys, we're starting to make podcasts on our podcast.
Yeah, man.
Let's do a podcast where we just come up with podcast ideas.
That's a
yeah,
good idea, man.
So okay, so here's the game.
Yeah, here's the game.
I give you guys for that podcast. I give you guys a topic.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Oh, so you're the host in this episode?
I'm the host.
Oh,
I'm the
fuck
host.
that.
No,
I'm the host
then-
every episode.
Then you
Yeah.
guys don't have to fight me about information.
Okay.
If you
We
won't
just
know
accept
anything
that he's writing everything.
yeah. So I'll have a series of questions for you guys.
Yeah.
And you will have to answer to the best of your abilities.
Yeah.
I don't have many abilities.
I have
That's
0
true.
abilities. You'd also have to do a lot of research to make sure it was all correct. Because
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
know, Katie is a fact checker and she often
Katie-
finds
Katie-
flaws with our podcast.
Katie is like, you know, Deal or No Deal.
Yeah.
You got the banker.
Yeah.
Katie's like the banker.
Katie is the
We'll
banker.
just-
yeah.
That's a weird comparison.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing.
I mean, I think
we bring up Katie every now and again to just check what we've said is all right.
I think our podcast is on the same level as Deal or No Deal.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Viewership?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
0 people watch it.
Yeah, that's really rude to deal with.
Jonathan, it means the amount of money we earn.
Yeah, we earn so much money.
We lose money.
I mean, people listen to this podcast. You don't know how much money we get from this.
Yeah.
Sponsors. By the way, time for a sponsor. Have you guys played Raid Shadow Legends? It's the new and
Audible, is
upcoming
there?
game
Right, so
with
Squarespace!
our sponsor for today is Shadow Raid Legends.
Shadow Raid Legends.
Square-
It's the it's Spare Squares Space.
Audible Shadow Legends.
Right, guys.
It's a new off-brand raid.
Audible Soft
Are we
Raid
moving
Legends.
on to the final segment?
We are my
Yes.
favourite segment.
So what I've been playing this week is
No,
Raid
hang on,
Shadow Legends.
shut up. All right, you ready? What are we playing / watching / listening to / cooking
Keep
/
going.
what are we gonna play / watch / listen to / cook? Why did
Isn't
we?
there read in there?
Yeah.
Oh
you
shit!
read.
Right, let's go again.
Okay,
You ready?
let's go.
What are we playing / watching / reading / listening to / cooking / what we're gonna play / watch / read / listen to / cook? I definitely said lead,
Yeah, you said
but
lead.
it doesn't matter because I don't want to clap anymore.
So,
Oh my god, look at all those red spikes.
I
Beautiful.
think I'll go first.
No,
if
I'm
that's
definitely
alright.
going first because I'm the host.
So what I've been playing today is Raid
yes.
Shadow Legends.
All right.
I'm glad we aren't doing the nasty thing today, just kill you both before the end.
What's that, Jonathan? Raid Shadow Legends has over 300 champions for you
I've
to
got-
choose from.
And console tier
Are they
graphics.
unique? Are they, Owen?
Yeah.
You can level them
And
up
you
through
can customize them
combat.
as well.
What's that? Chunky Boss Boys? That's right.
And with our code Watch Game Read Repeat, you can get
Oh, yeah, that's the
a
name of our
free
podcast.
champion and 10,000 silver. But that's enough about Raid Shadow Legends.
10,000 silver, which will last you 0 time at all.
Yeah. Just by the way, for people who aren't aware, Raid Shadow Legends is definitely a sponsor. No, it's not.
We're not supposed to
We might get sued by them at some point.
But Raid Shadow Legends, if you want to sponsor us, we're not accepting because your game is a pile of shit. So,
Audible, on the other hand.
I'll take Audible.
I'll take Audible, I'll take Squarespace.
Anything that is actually good. Raid Shadow Legends is apparently terrible.
So, Shadow Raid Legends.
Shadow Raid Legend. So I'm going to talk about 3 things that I've been doing, but I'll
Hot
talk about
damn.
them in not much detail. So I saw Parasite, obviously,
Yes.
which is really good, and I highly recommend you go see it. I didn't know anything about it going in, and while I don't think that like totally enhanced my experience, I think it definitely like adds something to it because the plot is like very interesting, and not knowing what it is going in was fun. It's a really fun movie until like halfway through, and there's this great scene where the main characters are all sat together, and it goes from this kind of like jovial scene where they're all drunk, and then it gets a bit more aggressive, and then all of a sudden this stranger appears, and the tone just plummets, and you go from there's like montages and goofiness, and it's all really funny, and it's played up for laughs, and then all of a sudden this one bit in the movie the tone shifts, and for the rest of the film
Like Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
exactly like Harry
Yeah.
Potter. Let's talk
Or
about
like,
that for 20
or
minutes.
like a YouTube video and the advert for Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, exactly. But
Stop swearing.
there's still kind of like funny bits in it after that point. But and then the ending. Oh, one of the best endings I think of a film ever. There's only one film, well there's a few films, but the best ending to a film is in Brother, which I'll talk about another time. We can do a whole episode on that. No, I'm joking. But that's got a great ending. But Parasite has an incredible ending, and it's absolutely worth going to see. Everyone should go see it, even if you don't like subtitles.
It's. Oh, I mean, this is definitely part of the conversation next week, but a lot of good story is how you stick the ending.
And this ending is perfect.
Yeah.
It is
Hot damn.
unbelievably good. And I've definitely hyped it up too much, but it is really good. And
No, I really want to see that.
Yeah, you
I'll see it pretty
Yeah.
much the first opportunity. I
yeah,
get.
you should definitely go
Which
see it.
means that when it comes out on the streaming server,
Go see it in cinema.
Yeah.
is it still? I mean, it's.
I mean,
It won the Oscars, so it will be for a long time. Yeah.
showroom?
Showroom will be doing it. I think
Showroom.
Cineworld still is. I saw it in Everyman or whatever. Fucking waste of money.
I
that
might
was.
just go on my own someday.
Yeah, go for it, man. I might go see it with you if I have money. Anyway,
You won't.
I won't. Definitely won't have money. But if I have money, I will go see it with you.
Number 2.
The other thing was The Stranger, which I actually watched a while ago. I've since started watching a series of unfortunate events, by the way, which is excellent, and you should definitely watch it on Netflix. You didn't enjoy it?
Watched the first few episodes and I just sort of. I didn't like. I think it. I just sort of fell out of like.
Could you just not stick with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't like not enjoy watching it, but I just didn't have the motivation to keep going with it. You know.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Someone just loses you.
It didn't do it enough for you to sort of stick with it
Yeah.
all the way through.
Me and Katie, we used to watch a lot of TV, and we've since stopped watching so much. And we've just been watching like a slew of just bad TV shows. And so I think the series of unfortunate events, which is good, it's not necessarily great, but it's good, I think is like elevated in that sense because we're just comparing it to all the crap that we watched before. But before we watched that, we watched The Stranger, which
Did you
is
really not like The Stranger then?
right. How do I say this without spoiling it?
Mm.
How much have you seen? You see the first 2 episodes?
I mean, I've seen the first episode and 3/4.
Okay. All I'll say is I didn't enjoy it for
Okay.
now, but we will have a discussion
Is
about
it based on
Tune in next
sort of the
week.
plot twists that happen? And you
Okay.
find them unsatisfying because but by the time you've got where I was, do you think you were enjoying it?
No.
Oh, really?
So the first episode I was like, okay, it's not awful.
It's
But
one
I was already finding flaws in episode 1. I'll say that. And they got worse and worse and worse. And then by the time the ending came around, I was like, this is the most ridiculous show I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And there's also an article, on the Tab. I think it's the Tab, which is like that student paper.
Yeah.
About it, like points out all the flaws in the show, and I've read it, and I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie, I've not been watching it entirely closely. I've
Okay.
been watching it like in bed.
have you
whilst on my phone.
have you seen the episode where, and this isn't a spoiler, with
There's a spoiler.
no, it's not, with the cake lady's daughter.
Is that the one that's on the app? The daughter on the
Yeah.
app? Yeah.
Have you seen the episode where
That's the second one that I haven't quite finished yet.
she confronts the daughter?
The last bit I saw between those two was when she confronted her daughter, and then they were like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine."
the reason why she's using the app.
I can't
Do you remember that? All right, like this isn't a spoiler because you've seen it now.
Yeah,
and it
say it.
doesn't lead to anything. So the reason, so she's on this app, right, where you like go out with older men and then they pay
You know
you.
the whole sugar daddy concept.
Yeah,
It's basically an app that finds
sugar daddies
women
for you. Yeah.
sugar daddies,
Oh,
and then
finds-
Joanna Lumley's
Yeah,
daughter's on it.
yeah. So
Oh.
this is the reason why she's on it though, right? And it's so baffling the script because so she's like, oh well, I needed the money to pay off all the debt that I'm gonna have to pay for university,
Oh, yeah.
right? And then the mum's like, you do realize that you don't have to pay that back straight away, right? And you just think, how did she not know that? What the hell?
No, I think they kind of just tried to gloss over it, and the fact that I don't know. I think it's trying to make a point about student debt and how much
It's
it is.
so bizarre though because
Yeah.
the mum is right, and
Yeah, she kind of is.
it's so odd that they decided to include that bit in it
yeah.
because it's like
Well,
then-
the way that our student
Yeah.
debt works in this country is actually pretty good.
yeah, and it's just confused. Like,
Like, I think the third problem is it's such a big problem in like America.
well, do you want to know
because it's
something?
Netflix.
Would you like to know something?
Yeah.
The book is American,
Yeah.
and it originally is about American people.
Well, Netflix. Have you noticed Netflix
Yeah,
do this
it is.
really weird thing with their shows, where because Netflix is so American, when they make shows set in Britain, they feel very American.
I'm confused why it was set in Britain in the
Yeah.
first place because it's an American book written by an American author, that Harlan Cohen or
Yeah.
whatever. It's set in America in the book. All the characters have different names, but then for some reason they decided to put it in England. And the thing is that I think that explains a lot of the flaws because there's the ending, my guy.
Yeah. You see,
Once
I can
you've
ignore
finished
all
it,
of that.
once you've finished it, we will have a very long discussion about
Okay.
it because,
Did
oh
you
my
not like the
god,
ending then? Did you find it deeply unsatisfying?
not only unsatisfying, but just like this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But
Well, I can't wait to see that now.
the theme song is crap.
Oh, okay about that.
Fair.
But yeah, I found the reason why I like it doesn't make much sense, but I kind of just went, okay. She
Yeah.
also, are we gonna be in over 60 grand debt after uni? Because she said we were gonna be in 60 grand's worth
Well,
of
this
debt.
is a confusing
And
thing.
I'm doing the math in my head, and I'm like,
Yes.
fuck no.
So no, if you get the maximum loan, which is 10 grand over 3 years, and then
10 grand, mate.
yeah, maintenance loan. If you get the maximum,
Oh
it's 10
yeah,
grand.
that adds up,
And then
yeah.
27 grand for 9 years for 3 years of university
Yeah.
is 67,000. No, that's horribly wrong. 57,000.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's only if you get the maximum loan. Except Joanna Lumley's character is very clearly rich
Yeah.
because they have a huge house. So and even if she wasn't supporting her daughter,
if she's rich, what the fuck is
they
she?
all live in these
doing?
massive houses.
I mean, I think we're only supposed to be looking at, but that's another American thing because Americans have massive houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, they all have these huge houses, right? But the only excuse for her having a 60 grand loan would be if she was getting the maximum loan.
Yeah.
A debt even would be if she was getting the maximum loan, which
It's a
she
weird,
won't be.
yeah. I think it's just a weird Netflix thing.
I feel like whoever wrote it, which was the American guy, just doesn't understand how Britain works.
Yeah, and then no one
And didn't do any
cared
research,
enough to
yeah.
sort of, yeah.
But how did Joanna Lumley? Well, I feel like Joanna Lumley, right? This is probably how the scene went down when they were filming it. The daughter reads her line.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pay off all this debt. And then Joanna Lumley on set was like, hang on a minute, that's not how it works in this country. You don't have to pay it all off.
Pay-
And then they were just like, oh yeah, just say that, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then she said that, and then everyone's just like, hang on a minute.
They're
Just
like,
keep
as long
it's
as
fine.
we address it, it doesn't actually need to make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, if we point out where we fuck up, we don't have to fix it.
Yeah, my guy. Oh, I
But-
just want to spoil so much.
Well,
but I
don't.
won't. I'm not going to.
Anyway, I think we should move on.
It's just
But hang on,
infuriating.
wait.
Oh, I want to
Spoiling
talk
the,
about it so bad.
You know the two detectives? Again, I'm only...
Yes, I won't spoil
Yeah,
anything. Don't
yeah.
worry. Yeah.
They... And now that you mention it, they do feel like they have a very sort of American way of doing things.
Yeah.
Like, the way that they interact with each other feels... Like, American, like, police things do not have, like, the sort of light-hearted tone that they sort of tend to.
Yeah.
Which I found very interesting.
Anyway, the other thing I've been reading is
Last
a comic called God Hates Astronauts. Have you heard of this before?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to explain the first issue of God Hates Astronauts, and then you'll see.
Do you mean issue by problem or the first?
No, the first
Yeah.
the first comic,
Volume.
and you will understand why it is the craziest comic I've ever read. Okay, there's a team called the Power Persons 5. Okay, and they are hired by NASA, which is run by a hippopotamus called Sir Hypothesis, right?
Oh, I'm loving this.
But Hippothis, yeah. And he runs it, and they're there to stop farmers who create their own rockets from flying into space. Okay, the first comic begins with them fighting some famous boxer who's been dead for hundreds of years.
Fun.
They fight him because he was resurrected by a bunch of bears, and then
Sweet.
the boxer beats up the leader of this Power Persons 5. He punches his face so bad that it swells up, but because he's invincible, it doesn't matter anyway. But his head's like this big, like the size of like, I don't know, a giant boulder, right? And then his wife, the leader of the Power Persons 5 wife, cheats on him with a cowboy who's got a deformed head and is friends with a floating cow head that
I
wants
am
to
struggling to keep up with
that
this.
wants to haunt him because
Seriously?
he let him die because he had sex with a gorgon.
You say this amount of just words, and my brain goes, you know what?
Anyway,
No,
Tune out.
I'm following so far.
yeah, so that his wife wants to leave him because he has this giant ugly head, so she cheats on him with the cowboy.
My
Then the guy finds out about it because the cow head takes him to the motel that they're at.
The cowhead takes him to the motel. That they're
Yeah.
at. Okay, that's
And then
a
the
sentence.
cowboy shoots the leader of the Power Persons 5 in the head, exploding his giant swollen head, but he's invincible, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Then he cuts off his giant swollen head.
But
To
hasn't
put-
it exploded?
Yeah, but it's just like a saggy, like...
Oh, like so
Flap.
it's deflated. More
Yeah,
than...
yeah. He popped it with his guns, basically. He slices it off and then puts the cow head on top of him, so he now has a floating blue cow head.
Rob Stark.
Yeah, sure. But so now he has a floating cow head for a head, but it makes him swear more because it's more aggressive and it hates everything. So he's now a swearing guy. Anyway, the Power Persons 5, which includes Starfighter, which is the main character, Staria, which is his wife, Anti-Mugger, which is a guy that doesn't care about anything apart from stopping muggings because his parents, after coming out of a cinema, were shot in an alleyway.
Right, I'm getting the joke there.
Yeah. There's the Impossible, which is a girl who went into a circus tent looking for booze and got given a mask, and now she can do the impossible. And there's also this sea lion who was best mates with a really muscular guy. Oh no, a walrus who was best mates with a muscular guy, and they worked at a circus and they had sex with each other. But then one day, a clown shot an arrow through the walrus's eyes, and so the muscly guy took him to a tent. A witch then formed them together, and now he's a walrus man. Anyway,
Sweet.
so there's them. So they get attacked without Staria, who's off with the cowboy, and Starfighter, by the bears and the boxer who comes back from the dead because the bears bring him back from the dead. So that's great. And there's also...
So this is issue 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also Dr... what's he called? Dr. Professor, who's a rhino who with a mustache who works for them. Anyway, right?
I love this. This is
So
Yeah, this is very you.
this is very
Starfighter with his cow head goes to rescue his team, but so does Staria, the cowboy guy, a policeman with gorilla arms, a socialist woman with a samurai sword, and a race driver who looks like Freddy from the Scooby-Doo TV show.
Oh, sweet. Oh wait, no, it's a reference to Wacky Races.
Sure. They all drive to the castle as well, to the secret underground
Is this
castle
wacky races?
where the bears are attacking the guys. Then Starfighter comes up. He then uses his nuclear fist to blow up the boxer guy, and then he wants his team to help him kill his ex-wife, his girlfriend, his wife thing because she cheated on him. They disagree, so he punches Impossible's head off. He then makes Anti-Mugger grow another arm because he's radioactive. Then everyone else fucks off. And then the giant hippo guy bursts into the room.
Can I just say, I've already missed 5 uni deadlines since you started.
And then he's like, what the hell? Oh, and there's also a spaceship on another planet with Captain Tiger who eats a cheeseburger. That's his actual name. Who's a tiger who eats a cheeseburger. Who's also mates with crabs, who are his crew.
Wait, when you say mates,
Yeah.
friends, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
With
It's just, this is weird enough.
with crab people, and the crab people are ruled by King Tiger who eats a cheeseburger, who's the other guy's dad, obviously. Don't know where that's going so far, we don't know, but that's just a thing that happens. Anyway, then they all escalates, and then
Sorry, it's not escalated yet.
then the Starfighter, whose lawyer is a cat with a jetpack, decides to sue the hippopotamus guy, I think, for like £18 million for the damages. No, he decides to sue the cowboy guy or something. He decides to sue someone.
This sounds like someone
So
did a lot of LSD and then got given a pen.
The
and some
rhino
paper.
guy turns up, Dr. Professor.
Professor.
Dr. Professor comes up and he tells the story of how it all happened, but then he's lying, and then the cat lawyer flies off, and then Anti-Mugger gets angry because his hand that's now growing out of his chest is now a giant green hand, and
When was that established?
earlier when anyway, so there you go, that's God Hates Astronauts.
Sweet.
Oh, and
Oh.
the giant hippo guy, his carriage is rowed by centaurs that wear astronaut costumes, obviously, because he works for NASA. In case you didn't know, he worked for NASA. So I've been reading that. My favourite line is "Your mustache is gay," which Starfighter says to the boxer guy while he's beating up his face.
I mean, that's just.
Or when the black guy with gorilla arms, who's a policeman, he goes up to one of the bears and he says, "As I'm an officer of the law, I officially revoke your right to," and then rips off his arms and says, "Bear arms."
Hey!
Which I love so much.
That's a great line.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm gonna steal that for something.
Also,
I don't know what, but I'll do it.
Anti-Mugger,
That's so specific, though.
Anti-Mugger, when he was a kid and his parents died, had a mustache. Like a
Sweet.
full-grown mustache as a
Is
kid.
that established why, or?
No, he's just a manly
Yeah,
guy.
I mean,
It's
so-
like Ron Swanson in Parks and Recs.
Yeah, some of us can just do that.
So, I'm not saying it's the best comic ever made, but it's very, very good. It's just strange, and I find all this stuff fascinating. But what I'm concerned about is whether or not they've actually bothered to make all this strange stuff actually like make sense in the context of the world,
Yeah.
or whether this guy's literally just like, fuck it, there's a cat lawyer with a jetpack and all this other crazy
It
shit.
doesn't sound a bit like
It
that.
does sound like that, and I don't know for how long it's going to retain its...
Yeah. How long you can keep that up for before you just go, this is too much?
Because as much as I enjoy the bizarre strangeness of it, I do need a plot. And it's not lacking plot yet, but I feel like it could very easily lack plot. So I'm interested to keep reading. But
It's got to work out if it's gonna be grounded but have a weird world, or if it's just gonna go full lol random.
yeah, and if it goes full or random, I'm not gonna read it anymore.
Lol
But that's me. That's
random.
what I've been up to. Jonathan, what have you been up to?
Listening to
Fuck,
this.
you know what? It's been so long since we started this segment. I watched Birds of Prey.
Yeah, how was that?
I really liked it.
Good.
It's an interesting one to talk about because it's the sort of thing that can easily start arguments, which is one thing I like about it. But boy, is it make it difficult to.
Was Ewan McGregor good in it?
I really liked it.
Yeah,
Well,
Hugh McGregor's just a.
He is great. Was the general cast good? Because
The cast was great.
yeah.
The acting.
Any standouts?
Margot Robbie was stellar as always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the names of any of the other actors. But no, the cast were really good. It played it a lot. I mean, do either of you two care about spoilers?
No.
No.
So it took
I mean, I'll probably watch
most of the film to bring them together as a team, which I didn't expect, but it's essentially did. But I think it's essentially what Suicide Squad should have done if you're bringing together essentially an ensemble cast
Yeah.
without introducing them before. Because a lot of the movie was basically setting them up as characters, but also giving them their sort of setting them up who they are, but also their motivations, their how they fit into the world, and then whilst doing that, having them cross each other,
Yeah.
so that they sort of have, by the time they all come together, they all basically know who each other is, but also then has a reason to sort of come together as a team.
Cool.
And it's done very elegantly and very nicely, so that when they do fight together, despite not really having that much sort of interaction as a team, you still think, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds really
and also,
good.
it's bits of it, like the fight scenes, great.
Yeah.
Like, really well directed, really well done. Batshit crazy. It's kind of just what you want.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Margot Robbie just smashing people around the face with various different objects.
Yeah.
That's good because I miss a good choreographed fight scenes. Like,
Yeah,
a lot of
the-
the action movies I've seen recently are just easy.
The action looks good in the
it's-
trailer.
To be honest, I think fight scenes are getting better gradually.
Do you think?
With things like John Wick, The Witcher, Birds of Prey, I think people are gradually moving away from the fast, choppy.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
mean,
actually
I think
just
for
by
like
giving
the
you
last
whiplash?
few years, a lot of action. I mean, obviously there's standouts like John Wick and The Raid. And,
Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Kingsman always do their fight scenes.
Yeah, Kingsman.
Kingsman is actually one of the things that I think about when I think of like good camera work for a fight scene.
Yeah.
Because they always they tend to follow like the sort of
It
say someone's on
follows
point,
the
they like to
motion
follow
of the character.
Yeah, they like to follow the fist.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's a really good way of doing it.
I think for fight scenes getting better, Kingsman is definitely a big help, but I think Deadpool has helped.
Deadpool's good.
Not because of its choreography. I think it's whatever, but I think it being a 15 and being a superhero movie has then allowed, because the main reasons why you do choppy editing is A, because it's very clearly stuntman, or B, because you're trying to get your age rating down to 12. Like Hunger Games was one of the biggest perpetrators of that kind of choppy editing when it came to fight scenes, because it's horrendous to watch Hunger Games.
Yeah.
The first one at least, because you just can't see anything that's going
If you're
on.
trying to get something basically 12 or below, and you want fight scenes where people die, then you've got to basically cut it down where it's essentially unbelievable that it could actually happen.
Absolutely.
Because if you show the actual thing, then
And I think that's
you're
why
showing someone dying, and that's not appropriately.
I think that's why Deadpool has helped, because it's allowed films that would have been
forget
12s.
Deadpool is a 15 because I remember when it came out and everyone was raving about like, oh, it's a superhero film, but it's all this and all that. And like in America, they were like, this is the most R-rated thing in the world. And we were like, yeah, we'll give that 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's helped because then Logan could be a 15, and other movies like Hellboy.
15 is, I think, the perfect balance between being able to do it right, but also.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like you could ramp it up full and like go full 18 if you wanted to, but you don't need to. I can't remember what Birds of Prey was.
I think it was a 12A.
Yeah.
I might be wrong on that though.
That's a bit sad.
But I think
it's not. No, do you know what? I think it would have been a 15.
Suicide Squad was a 12, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think the new Suicide Squad is going to be a 15.
Yeah, hang on.
The one with Nathan Fillion, which I'm excited for. But what was I going to say? What a way to pause in the middle of a podcast.
Sorry, I'm looking up the age rating of Birds of Prey. I'm too.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I think like Avengers and stuff like that is going to remain choppy editing and not terribly well choreographed fight scenes.
Avengers, they have no reason
it's played so safe that it's not going to change, which is fine because it's doing incredibly well for itself and it's making billions and billions of dollars. But there you go. I think I don't know. Yeah.
It's a 15.
Oh, cool.
It's an R in America.
Not bad.
We should have a re-release of Lord of the Rings, but it's a 15 instead of a 12. or a PG or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's just Aragorn going around chopping off Uruk-hai's heads. To be fair,
It does that.
Yeah,
It
Lord
does.
of the Rings
It
doesn't
literally
really.
does
I was gonna say it was kind of in that age where like you could kind of get
Yeah,
away
you
with
could
having.
do that.
It was like the very cusp of you could still have 12s, but they'd be violent.
I swear there's like moments where characters are literally spitting blood on each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think I guess it's because it's fantasy, and it's
Yeah.
kind of it's
Maybe.
they can then class it as fantasy violence.
Because orcs aren't people. Orcs are people too.
He literally
They're
does.
literally not.
He literally
No,
does
they're
chop
elves.
off. Yeah, they're elves. He does chop
Yeah,
off
no.
Thingy's head.
They're literally not.
They're people.
Yeah, elves are people.
Elves are people. Wow, Jonathan.
You
They don't
racist.
exist.
You
Wow.
racist.
You racist.
You're such a
No,
racist.
that's it's just how you
You're
define
such a
people.
you know what I'm naming this episode? Jonathan's a racist.
How
'Cause that's
dare
what you
you.
are. You're a racist.
Elves'
Jonathan.
lives matter.
Elves' lives
I
matter.
didn't say they didn't matter.
Fist
I
bump.
just
Fist
said that they're not people.
Tolkien would be disappointed.
Yeah,
in
and
you.
Tolkien's here in this room and he's
Yeah.
fucking
It's just
mad.
semantics.
Nah, you're
Tolkien's giving me a
racist.
foot massage right now.
That's weird.
What is corpse?
Yeah.
Oh.
His fleshy.
Because he's rolling over in his
lumpy
grave
corpse.
at what you've just said.
Yeah, he's rolling on his feet.
Yeah.
And that's
Why
how he's
is
getting a
it grave
foot
at your
massage.
feet?
Because I keep
Why
it
did they
here.
bury Tolkien in our house?
I keep it.
Why
here.
did we move it?
I asked them the same
This is why it's the worst
questions.
house. Have you watched or read or listened to or cooked or whatever the fuck they played? Anything else?
No. Nothing that I
Well,
can be
you're
asked to
boring.
talk about.
You're boring.
Nothing that I have the energy to talk about at this point in the podcast.
Hey guys.
I think that's it. Are we done?
Oh.
Can we go home now?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're in our house, but
Oh, I need to go to the shops. Would you like to know what I'm cooking tonight? Nothing, because I have no food. And no money, but I really want a Pepsi Max. So
Do
I'm
I-
gonna
if
go-
anyone needs the oven, let me know because I need to finish
I don't.
cleaning it first.
Do I-
Owen, go on. You can tell us
Right,
what
I've
you're-
got two.
you're
I'll
up
be
to.
really quick.
You don't
so
have to be
what I've been
quick.
playing recently, because I wanted to get back into it, was Mordhau.
Oh yeah, that chivalry knockoff.
No, it's better than
Oh,
Chivalry.
yeah, it's definitely chivalry knockoff.
Shut up.
Well, chivalry came first, and I'm not saying that.
Fine then,
Mordhau is
I
a
won't
rip-off,
talk
but it
about
is.
it.
No, you can. I mean, like, you go for it.
Yeah, no, getting back into it. Nice little game.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's multiplayer, online multiplayer versus. It's just a nice bit of classic team battles.
It seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so Mordhau is like you can play it two ways. There's the best way to play it, which is to really get into a lot of the different controls. Because unlike Chivalry and a lot of other, well, Chivalry kind of, but more so with Mordhau is like very much in the direction that you move your camera determines on what attack you are going to do.
Right, I'm with you.
So, yeah, the level of control you actually have over your attacks and how you use different weapons it's very in depth. And if you just go into it, you can like without any of that, you can kind of get away with it. But the game becomes so much more fun when you start to like look into like how to work on feints and parrying and sword binds and.
Sounds too complicated for me.
Yeah,
I think one could go as far to say it's the Dark Souls of chivalry. I think one could say that.
Tom.
But who likes Dark Souls?
Yeah, nobody likes Dark Souls here, right?
Yeah.
I think we're all unanimously agreed that Dark Souls is
No.
not only the worst game ever made, but the worst franchise ever
I
made.
don't know why I come on this podcast.
Well, we keep trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, man, take the hit. Nobody mess it.
And the other thing I just want to mention is reading. I've been attempting to read again. Started reading ages ago. Things happened. Life occurred.
Indeed, as it always does.
As it always does, and it stopped me from reading all the way through. But I am rereading, or attempting to reread, The Fifth Elephant. It's a Discworld novel by Terry Pratchett.
Sweet.
Dear
Anything
old-
to do with the fifth element?
No, elephant.
I know, but does it have anything to do with the fifth element?
If the fifth element is actually elephants, then
Aren't there
yes.
4 elephants holding the world up?
Yes, and
Is
then
that
there's the fifth
is
one.
that the point of it, right?
What's the fifth elephant then?
The fifth elephant, it's a little from a little dwarven tale. When the Discworld was created, on the back of
had tails.
on the back of Great Atuin the turtle, stood 4 elephants on their great backs, rested the disc, and then a 5th elephant came streaming through the sky and crash landed on the disc, forming its mountains. and its bones became ores and metals.
That's pretty cool. I feel like Terry Pratchett's
but-
kind of insane though.
But
Yeah, he
that's
also does a lot of
That's
LSD.
not what the book is about.
What's the book
So the
about?
book is actually a continuation of the Watch, the Admiral Pork Watch.
Oh yeah, I
series
remember
of
you telling
books.
me about it.
Yeah. Which I love those books. Great characters in them.
Good.
Really interesting stories. But a lot of the story revolves all around Admiral Pork's relationship with other nations, basically.
Sure.
So they've done this before. Where one of the previous books was, the Watch diffusing basically what nearly became a war with neighbouring a distant country called Clatch.
Right.
So this one is about ties into the dwarven succession, and also one of the characters' family ties in a place called Uberwald.
Uberwald, cool name.
Uberwald, full of werewolves.
As it should be, because
As it
werewolves
should
are
be.
sick.
Werewolves and vampires and other creatures of the night that prey on people.
Oh my.
Oh my.
As they say in
English.
oh, what's that? No, what's the film called? Lions and bears and tigers. Oh my. What's that? Wizard of Oz.
There we go.
Holy shit!
Wow, that's a deep cut.
I don't know why I thought of that, but there you go. Anyway,
So I mean, obviously I've mentioned all that, but it's with
Why are
Terry.
there tigers in Wizard of Oz?
it's lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. But did I say lions, bears, and tigers?
Is that like what is?
It's when they're walking through before they meet the cowardly lion. They're all walking through the forest, and they all sing. They're all like, "Oh, I hope there's not lions and tigers and bears." And then Dorothy goes, "Oh my!" And then they say it again and again, and then it becomes a song. And then they bump into the cowardly lion. How? I don't
Anyway,
care.
anyway.
Fucking Wizard of Oz, man. Who
Anyway,
cares?
Yeah, so it's all about that, but obviously with Terry
It's all about
Pratchett-
Wizard of Oz.
It's not about Wizard of Oz. It's all the things I just said, but with Terry Pratchett's usual comedic flair and sort of
Sweet.
fun little twist and everything. So,
Yeah.
you're expecting, a dark place full of werewolves, but, it's probably not what it seems.
That sounds really cool. Sick.
Yeah, it's got great characters, fun little story.
I've been meaning to get into Terry Pratchett. He seems like a cool,
Definitely go for it.
fun writer.
Like anyone getting into Terry Pratchett, what I'd recommend is focus on a group of books.
Yeah, what's a good start for someone wanting to get into Terry Pratchett?
I mean, the start pretty much everyone usually goes with is Colour and Magic,
Okay.
because that's the first one.
Sure. Sure.
But from there, you can either continue with like the Rincewind books,
Mhm.
which is like Colour Magic, like Fantastic, Eric. Another one.
Yeah.
Other one.
I find another one.
That's my favourite
really
one too,
interesting.
yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't put it past Terry Pratchett to actually have a book called another
Another
one.
one, yeah.
Is
And
he
then-
dead now?
Yeah, he's dead.
When did he die?
Not that long ago.
I don't think so, no. Because he
Like
wrote
a year or two ago.
he wrote that series with that guy, because he had that...
Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman.
Gaiman?
Gaiman, yeah.
Yeah, and no, that was a long time ago. Somebody else. He wrote this like sci-fi trilogy or series with this guy, but because he has this like memory thing, he like literally forget everything that he said the following day. So he would have to like dictate the book to this guy.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I think so. And the guy would write it, and then the next day he would come up with all these other ideas, and then the guy would like write them down, and then they form this book out of it. Pretty crazy. But the Good Omens, yeah, that was like in the
Yeah.
80s or whatever, 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't remember if he did any work on the TV show.
No, because he was dead before he could do it.
Yeah, he died before.
And that's why Neil Gaiman did it, because he was like, we
Yes,
always
that's right.
said, we were going to do this
Yeah,
thing.
but like anyone getting into Terry Pratchett, start with Colour and Magic because it's where everything began.
Yeah,
Continue, like you can choose to continue with the like Rincewind series of books, or jump
Sure,
over
yeah.
to the Death books with like Mort.
obviously, yeah, the Death Books.
Yeah.
Why would you call a series of books the Death Books?
Because it's about death.
Obviously.
No, the character death.
Yeah, I see.
The
It's
the,
just
the,
sounds
anthrop-
depressing, man.
the anthropomorphic embodiment.
I've got
of
enough
death.
depressing shit in my life.
Death is one of the cheeriest characters.
Of
in,
course, it's Terry
he's
Pratchett.
he's the most lovable character
There you go.
in all of Terry Pratchett's Discworld novels. Death is a joy.
My brother kept quoting this bit from IT Crowd. You know, in that episode where Roy like goes on that website that tells him when he's gonna die, and Moss like increases the like vibration on his phone, and then he's like in the church and on the day that he thinks he's gonna die, and the priest is like, "Death is here, death is coming," and then his phone starts buzzing. He's like, "Oh, I'm having a heart attack." Oh,
Well, I miss the IT crowd.
I know, it's such a great show.
Yeah, but that's what I've been doing.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Cool.
I've also noticed I've been very distracted. I apologize, but there's something on our Stephanie desk, and it just says 10 trillion 90,000, then money pack Monopoly STD. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's for.
We were playing Monopoly Thursday.
Yeah, it must have been some weird thing from the pack.
Yeah.
Why is it Monopoly STD? You guys, is it like the STD version of Monopoly? Like each place is a different type of STD?
Yeah.
Tom, it's shortened from.
It's actually got the same tagline as Pokemon. Got to catch 'em all.
I'm sorry to ruin the joke, but it's shortened for standard.
Well, why did you ruin the joke though? You say you're sorry,
You're
but you
clearly
still
not
did
sorry.
it. Yeah. It's like people who say, "Oh, I hate to say this," and it's like, "Well, don't say it then."
No pun intended, but here's a pun.
Yeah.
But what if you're a doctor giving a diagnosis? Oh, I hate to say this, mate.
Well, you clearly
You've got
don't hate to
cancer.
say it because you still said it. Just don't tell me. I'd rather not know.
But you
I hate to say this. Never mind.
literally
Bye.
just come into my office to find
You know what
out.
else I hate? When people are like, they're like, "Oh," and then you're like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh no, I can't tell you." And it's like, well, why did you say "oh"? Why did you bring up something to then not tell me what it is?
Yeah, that's
Stop
annoying.
teasing me with this shit. And then you're there like, "Oh no, tell me," and they're like, "No," and you're like, "Oh please," and they're like, "No," and you're like,
please.
"I'm gonna literally kill you right now if you do
Please.
not tell me what this
Please
is."
tell
And then
me.
they tell you, and it's something of no consequence anyway, and you're like, "Why did you make this so stressful?" Anyway. This has been a fun episode of the podcast. I'm thinking
Yeah.
this actually might be our longest episode. Because weren't we on 2
Fuck
hours and 22 minutes?
What are we on?
No, I think last one was like close to 3 hours. Wasn't it?
No. It wasn't the first part of this 2 hours and 22
No,
minutes.
it was 1:20 first part.
Oh, it might have been. In which case
Yeah.
we're good. In which
Yeah.
case this is only like an
It's,
hour 20. Oh, thank God. Because that would be a
Are we
pain.
wrap
for
it
me.
up? Wrap it up here, my boy.
Let's wrap up, shall we?
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
All right,
Great.
guys. Thank you very much for listening. Woo! We got through episode 10.
I'm already putting my
Back
headphones
in,
in.
back-
Hurry up.
Hey,
Let me
you
leave.
need to say bye.
lads.
Bye.
No.
Yeah, I said it. What more do you want from me?
Who's this
Every
guy?
time. every
Edit
time.
around it. Just like crop it out, put it later in.
Thank you to our sponsors, Raid Shadow Legends.
Thank you.
And to all of our patrons, Brad Pitt, Tom Hanks, and Meryl Streep.
Thank you to our patron, Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, who also sponsors us.
Who also sponsors this video.
I think that's everything.
Raid did not sponsor this video at all.
Anyone want to say anything? Or...
Yes, Raid Shadow Legends has over 300 combatants for you to choose from.
anything? No, Jonathan.
No, I'm walking towards the door, so make me say goodbye. before
All right,
we-
all right. No,
Unlock
Jonathan,
them
sit down.
by
No, I'm off.
sacrificing
I'm
your
off.
soul
Sit
and
down.
money.
I will have to force you to sit down. All right. Okay, everyone, calm down.
We
The
will-
tension's getting too
We
high.
will force you, just like Raid Shadow Legends forced me to say
Oh,
this
no.
advertisement.
Owen will literally punch you again, and it will kill us both.
Again.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Tom, I won't kill you. Raid Shadow Legends.
Let's go. Let's
Stop
leave.
now.
Let's
I'm
leave.
going to
I need to go to Home
I
Bargains.
would have hurt myself.
Which,
too.
by the way, Home Bargains is the best shop ever. Let's talk
It
about Home
is,
Bargains.
it
for
is.
a
Yeah,
bit.
so
I'm
sponsored
listening to
by
music.
Home Bargains.
I can only
Shadow
half hear
Legends.
you. I'm tuning
All right,
out.
everyone. What are you listening to?
Palminatini.
Palaminatini.
Don't ask.
What?
Palminatini. Have you not heard of Palminatini?
Who the hell's
I
Paolo
just remembered
Nutini?
it. It's an album that I heard like
It's got a
a
terrible
decade
cover.
ago.
That's like a Scar album cover.
Hang on.
Terrible.
Can I
Don't.
play it?
No,
Is
you
that
can't.
allowed?
That's
No,
copyright.
no,
it's copyright.
It's copyright music. You can't.
Just
play.
like no one's gonna care.
Yes.
Jonathan, it's copyright.
If
Just
I
like-
get sued,
just like this
by
advert
Paolo
for Raid Shadow
Nutini.
Legends.
anyway, let's
He's
go.
not put out music for like 6 years. It's
Yeah,
fine.
they'll still sue me.
Yeah.
And I'll lose loads of money. And then I'll be like, oh, it was my mate Jonathan. And you'll be like, I don't even know who Paolo
Just like how
Nutini is.
Raid Shadow Legends will sue us for this episode because
They-
of
I
the
hope
amount
they-
of times
I
I've
hope they
mentioned.
don't. No, we've given them. I just hit my
Free
fucking-
advertisement.
Yeah, we give them free
We've
advertisement.
literally just advertised Raid Shadow Legends to Katie.
Katie, enjoy Raid Shadow Legends and your 300 unique. Take those headphones off.
Say goodbye.
Take those headphones
Say
off.
goodbye so we can go
Alright,
to
okay,
bed.
I've
Jonathan.
been trying.
All right, Jonathan,
Goodbye.
Owen,
Ta-ta.
goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening.